Good Saturday morning. Welcome to the Saturday Sports Page. I'm Tom Schmitz along with Austin Statman Tatman, short timer. Congratulations goes out to Austin Tatman. He will be leaving us soon to further his education at the University of Florida. Congratulations, Austin. Accepted to the University of Florida. Going to sign a lease today, huh?
Yeah, going up to Gainesville, a couple of my buddies, and it was really just a formality, but I had been planning this living arrangements for quite a while, and going up to sign a lease to lock down a place up in Gainesville today.
I told your dad where you should live, student ghetto.
Yeah, we actually thought about that, and getting a lawn and allowing our lawn to be parked on and all that, but
student ghetto.
We decided to go with a place a little better than the student ghetto.
Yeah, but think about the money you could make during games.
That's true. We thought about it, but
first house I ever had in Gainesville. I was came up to open Mellow Mushroom, and my wife was still living in Statesboro, so I came up and rented a house for 6 months right in the student ghetto. We started to work on the restaurant in July, and we were going to open the following football season. I had no idea that I could make money selling parking spots in my front yard till I started making $600-700 a football game.
Yeah, that's a significant amount of money for just sitting there, standing outside, and allowing people to park on your lawn. Especially if you're in the student ghetto, a lot of people aren't going to be too concerned about their flora and fauna.
Nope. Football season paid for my entire lease, and every bit of money I made was just free money.
Yeah, that's
working
great.
at Mellow Mushroom. It was pretty good. So congratulations to you going to the University of Florida.
Very hard to get into these days.
It is very hard to get into, and you're going to be
a little bit ridiculous.
You're going to be a proud member of the Gator Nation. You're going to try to walk on the basketball team, so Billy will have you.
Yeah, right.
Maybe walk on the golf team.
Billy might have me fill up his water bottles.
Well,
5'9", and even though people can't see me in Radio Land, 5'9" and 150 pounds won't get you very far in Division I basketball.
Well, that's something, though. Filling up water bottles.
Exactly.
So the hot topic of the day, not Donald Sterling, but we'll get to Donald Sterling. Michael Sams is now nixed the Oprah show.
For now, at least.
He had okayed, green-lighted a documentary to follow him around as he tried to make the St. Louis Rams football team. The Rams not too happy about that decision. Players on the Rams a little concerned that the 7th-round draft pick thought he was TV-worthy. Fans starting to have a little backlash. And let's be honest. After about the first 15 minutes of that show, a 7th-rounder trying to make the NFL, what are you going to key on except his sexuality? Following one guy around. We watch Hard Knocks on TV all the time, on HBO.
Yes.
Great show, because they show the many facets of a football team. I'm not real sure you could make an entire documentary watching one guy.
Watching one guy that hasn't even been confirmed as making the football team. Obviously, he's got to go through all this This
was going to document him trying to make the football team.
Right, but I don't know. I think it was good that they stopped.
Wise decision to not do this show by Michael Sams. Once again, shows the kid actually is thinking about what's going on.
Well, from a football standpoint, it's just going to add so much more distractions.
Right.
And everybody's saying that, and it's true.
And, his representatives and all said, oh, look at this money they're offering, and we could do this. But the kid who, I say kid, he's 21, 22 years old, he thought better of it and said, you know what, I'm just going to try to concentrate on making the football team. And I think that's a very, very good decision on Michael Sams' part, because that's what he needs to do. He said, after careful consideration and discussion with the St. Louis Rams, the untitled Michael Sam project has been postponed. OWN President Eric Logan said in a statement, OWN is about elevating and empowering people to achieve their best. It's clear that we, along with the world, recognize the opportunity that Michael has in this moment. We will continue to support him in his journey to earn a spot playing for the Rams.
Even if he makes the team, maybe they can do a documentary on his first season with the Rams.
That would be a bad idea. But I thought this was too much.
Yes,
too early.
Too much too early, right after being drafted. But if what happens if so they go ahead and do this documentary and he doesn't make the team?
Right. I think Jason Whitlock, who is a very good writer in my estimation, had it best. He said Michael Samms could gain more for the lesbian, gay, and bisexual and transgender community by focusing on making the roster instead of making the documentary.
That's a great point.
That's a very good point. And so I think Michael Samms saw the light and realized that it was better for him to further his the cause of the gay community by making the team instead of documenting the attempt to make the team. If he needs to further the agenda of the gay community, he may just want to be a football player.
Exactly, and if he makes the team and you do a documentary on maybe his first season, I think there's more to cover in that compared to just him trying to make the team.
So I think that was a good move. Now let's talk about the 80-something-year-old moron that is Donald Sterling. He has now come out through his lawyers and said that he will not pay the $2.5 million fine to the NBA. And the NBA is not going to take his team. He'll see him in court. This coming on the heels of a Anderson Cooper 360 interview that did little to repair the trashed and ruined legacy of Donald Sterling.
He made it worse.
Made it much worse in my estimation because he didn't take, it made him look like a raving lunatic. There may be something to this. He's becoming senile because he went from, being apologetic and I made mistakes to it's Magic Johnson's fault. I mean, what's he really done for the black community anyway? Us in the Jewish community, we stick together. The black community doesn't stick together.
And it's not like he started off bashing Magic Johnson. He said multiple times and has said multiple times, I admire him, I like him, I admire him, I admired what he does. And then he goes on this rant. Asked Anderson Cooper, what has he done anyway?
Told Anderson Cooper, you're a racist.
Exactly.
Anderson Cooper said, how am I a racist? Well, you're a racist. But never said how Anderson Cooper was a racist. The man is a nutbag who is used to buying his way out of everything. This time, he's run up against 29 other people with as much money or more money than he has. And I don't see any way that I don't see any good conclusion to this that involves him going to court. Because what happens if he is still technically the owner of the Clippers at the beginning of basketball season?
Well, I think that from what I've read about a couple of the Clippers players coming out and saying, even though it's really early, that the only way they would still continue to play and Donald Sterling be the owner next season is if there's court proceedings and things are going on to get him out. Rather than if we're in the same position whenever the season starts next fall, the player, obviously the situation will be different, but if there's processes in place to take him out, then that's kind of the feel that I'm getting when I read statements from Blake Griffin, J.J. Redick, Chris Paul, and stuff like that.
Blake Griffin says he does not anticipate Donald Sterling being the owner of the team at the start of next season, but concedes that he would have to decide on his future with the Clippers if new ownership is not in place. He said, I don't anticipate it being how it's going to be. If it still is, I'll make a decision then. It's not something that's ideal. Personally, I don't know all the ins and outs of everything. But I don't think that's an ideal situation for us to start next season with this still going on. The prospect of a long legal battle that could drag into next season was something Griffin was not in the best interest of anyone except for perhaps Donald and Shelley Sterling. Griffin said, personally, I think it's the longer it lasts, the worse it's going to be. I think something should happen, and I think it should happen quickly. I think guys need to make decisions. I don't think anybody wants to drag this out except for one or two people. I think it needs to be swift. We need to make our decisions, or they need to make their decisions, or whatever it is, and make a change. But at the same time, we have to be patient. There is the due process that has to happen, and I understand that, but I don't want to keep answering questions about it. So here's my point. The basketball season gets over when? At the end of the NBA championship. When does that happen, Austin? Middle of June.
Yes, late June.
Basketball will end. Then the NBA can turn its legal forces loose on Donald Sterling. Because they got an NBA season they got to finish.
Right.
The NBA season starts again in September.
Yeah, they have a very short time, and I think that
We're talking 2.5 month turnaround. Everybody's talking about, oh, he won't be in place next season. We're talking about 3.5 months from now is next season. We're not talking about a year from now. We're talking about 3.5 months. If he decides to take this to court, they won't even get on a docket in a courtroom for 3.5 months. Nobody in there, everybody's saying this is going to be taken care of by the beginning of next season. If Donald Sterling decides to take this to court, it's not going to be finished by the beginning of next season. It may not be finished by the beginning of the season 2017.
From what it sounds like, Donald Sterling is going to take it to court. But what was crazy to me about this whole interview to go back to the interview with Anderson Cooper, is that he basically, you guys mentioned this on Buddy Sports Games the other day.
He said he didn't want to do it.
He lied through his teeth, said, well, if the owners want me out, then I'll go. I'm not going to set up my set of lawyers. They're going to set up their set of lawyers. Well, what's that going to do? Basically,
cost us a bunch of money. That's all he said.
Basically saying, oh, I'll give up if nobody wants me. And now he comes out a couple days later and basically proves himself wrong and basically lied through that whole interview.
It makes no sense to me, but here's what really makes no sense. Is I'm hearing people now, and even Buddy said it yesterday. Buddy said, well, I said, what happens if he's still there, Buddy? And Buddy says, well, what happens if nobody plays the season? That's not going to happen either.
Well, the fact is nobody knows what's going to happen.
But here's what I do know that's going to happen. Players can postulate and say that they're going to sit out and boycott and everything. And somebody like LeBron James that makes the money he does in endorsements and all probably can. But a guy making $12, $14 million a year that spends it all as fast as he gets it, boycotting sounds like a good idea till all of a sudden he can't make the house payment, till the 4 Escalades he's got out in the yard start getting repossessed. Then all of a sudden, boycotting doesn't seem like that big of a solution. And that's going to happen. We know for a fact that NBA players, football, NFL players, baseball players, all live past their means most of the time. They live the rock star lifestyle, and there's stories of how they have to come into training camp and get loans against their future earnings for the next year. We know this to be the truth, that this happens. People that spend money that way aren't going to be able to sit out a season because an owner is still in place. Not going to happen. We can say it should happen, that it will happen, that, it's force him out. If the players boycott, then he's got to go. No, he doesn't. He's worth billions. A boycott's not going to hurt. Oh, but then nobody can come to Clipper games. Okay. He's worth billions. He's not just the guy. His money's not just the Los Angeles Clippers. And if he wants to put this in court and fight for a long time, this will be ugly, ugly, ugly. But basketball will still continue to be played. Will people play for the Clippers? Maybe not. The guys under contract will, or they won't get their checks. So if Donald Sterling wants to be the moron he seems to be, this could be ugly, ugly, ugly for the NBA for a long time to come. And there's not really anything the NBA can do except fight it in court. They can't just go in and say, we're taking over the operation of the team. I believe I don't know that they could do that. And nobody knows about the Constitution of the NBA because it's a secret document that they don't want anybody to know about. So this story's not going away. And if you're an NBA fan, I'm sorry, this is going to be a topic for discussion for a long time.
Well, the thing I've been thinking about is that if we heard Donald Sterling say a couple times in that interview that he thinks that there are still some owners on his side and wouldn't vote him out, and he still thinks his players love him. So I think that he has a construed perception of what's going on. So maybe he's thinking that by saying he's not going to pay the fine and he's going to take it to court, will construe and mess up everybody else's perception to think that maybe that some owners will vote to keep him in. I don't know.
You may have a point there. He may think that if he goes to fight it, some owners will be like, look, I ain't wasting money fighting that guy.
Exactly.
I vote to keep him in. And then We're talking about Donald Sterling. We hadn't even begun to talk about Shelley, who says she
That's a whole other issue.
abhors what her husband said. Not what her family thinks and everything, but she wants to keep the team. And this is a woman who allegedly during the court proceedings back in the 06 when he was, being sued civilly for being for lack of a better term, a slumlord. It was said in those court documents that she posed as a health inspector to tell people that what they were living in was squalor and that it was unlivable, and was giving them papers to tell them they had to get out.
This whole situation is just weird. Sterling has a mistress. His wife has asked for a divorce multiple times, hasn't got it. Now asking for a divorce again, filing for divorce again, but it seems like he just pays off every single time.
As bad as Donald Sterling is, and as racist as his comments were, and as crazy as he seems to be, the NBA's known about this for a long, long time. So if this ends up being a horrible, horrible, long court case and everything, the NBA can look squarely in the mirror and share some of the blame, because they knew this guy was a racist. They knew this guy had no sympathy for poor, poverty-level people. They knew that he had comments about Hispanics and African Americans a long time ago. But he was in the good old boy system because he was one of the billionaires that owned an NBA team, so he was able to buy his way out of stuff. And the NBA knew it. And now all of a sudden the NBA is trying to take the high road. You knew this guy was a racist for a long, long time. My dad used to tell me, Austin, you made your bed, now lie in it. That's what the NBA is having to do. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tommy Bond, head baseball coach and athletic director at Trinity Catholic, stops by to talk to us about the state championship winning Trinity Catholic baseball team. We'll hear from Tommy Bond next, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw of Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not picking and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's sports page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies, Gifts, and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's a leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Talking son of a gun, you're such a grounded girl, but just up and run. Of course you can't fence time, and you can't stop love.
I hadn't heard Suds in a Bucket in a long time. Pretty good song. Yesterday, Tommy Bond, the athletic director at Trinity Catholic High School and the head baseball coach at Trinity Catholic, stopped by the show, Buddy Sports page, to talk with us about the Trinity Catholic baseball team that the night before had won the state title. We believe it's the first state title a Marion County High School has won in baseball. And Tommy Bond stopped by to tell us about the feelings and how his team fared through this tournament. Here's the athletic director and head baseball coach at Trinity Catholic High School, Tommy Bond.
Coach, let's talk about your year you had this year. You had a pretty successful year, but then you've been the district champion 10 years in a row, and this upstart team from the villages decide they don't want you to be district champions this year. Was that the wake-up call for your kids?
I think so. I mean, we kind of joked on the way home tonight, saying, for 10 years, maybe we didn't figure it out. Maybe that's the key to it, that we got get beat in the district championship game. They'll just beat us 7-6 to end that streak, and I think it really became a chip on our guys' shoulders going forward, that they really had something to prove. Plus, a lot of them are younger brothers of guys that were a part of that streak, and I think the older brothers probably worked on them a little bit, too, of becoming the group that ended that streak. And, of course, the younger brothers today are saying, well, we started a new streak, different kind.
And a terrific performance by a young pitcher, a sophomore, and not just this game, but also earlier in the tournament. Brandon Wrights shows up big for you.
Yeah, Brandon was huge. Our whole team's been built on pitching and defense. We got two big-time arms at the top, and Jesse Lepori and Brandon Wrights. And Brandon closed the game the night before against Bishop Verreau through 2 innings.
40 pitches.
Yeah, and yesterday morning, I said, hey, we'll let you sleep. When you get up in the morning, we'll see how you feel and see what we could do. Asked him how he felt yesterday morning, and he said, Coach, I feel good. I'm ready to go. Just give me the ball. And the plan that we were going with was just to see how many he could give us. Take it 1 inning at a time. And, of course, he ends up going the distance.
Well, you win the championship, but it wouldn't have been possible without a ESPN spectacular type play to end the game in the semifinals against Bishop Verreau. Sam Atwell, when that ball came off the bat and Sam broke on that ball, what was your thought in the dugout? Did you think he was going to be able to get to that baseball?
No, I thought the game was going to be tied. The hitter was going to be on at least second or third, and we were going to be scrapping to find a way to keep the game tied and try to find a way to win it in the bottom of the 7th. But, yeah, Sam is a social media superstar now. That thing's gone viral. It's all over the place.
Ended up number 2 on the top 10 plays of ESPN.
Yeah, what are the chances a kid from Trinity Catholic ends up on top 10 on ESPN?
How does it feel to you? I know that you said in the article on Ocala.com, you didn't have the words to describe what it was like. I can tell it was an emotional time for you. To come so close to be in the Final Four, 4 straight years or something like that, and then to come at this point in time and, as you said, not be the favorite, having not won the district, and go in and have your kids compete at a level that a coach should only dream about. They came through for you. What's that like to you? What does that feel like?
Well, this is something that's been 12 years in the making, and I've had 2 assistant coaches that have been with me the whole time, with my dad and Randy Hodges, who's like a second dad to me. My dad taught me the game, and they've been with me from the beginning, so it's a lot of hard work gone into it. We were 0-3 in state semifinals up to this point coming in, and it is hard to put it into words. It's a dream come true.
I can tell it's just starting to hit you about right now, and I understand why it would be so emotional. So, talk about the inning that really turned the tide for you was the third inning, when guys who have been hitting for you all year, Dash Whittingham and all, went back to back. They had 4 doubles in the inning, scored the runs you needed to get this game going. Really put Bozeman on the defensive, the Crusaders pitcher. How big was that inning for your team?
Oh, it was huge. Getting out ahead, going in, I was afraid of our kids kind of being deer in the headlights. Not the fact that it was a state championship game, but the fact that we're playing in a Pensacola Catholic program who had been back-to-back state champs. They were trying to three-peat, and they finished as the number 1 team in the country last year. So you're always worried about that, your kids kind of being caught up in that. They didn't have any of that last night. They came in with confidence, took it to them, and I think that really settled us down. It helped Brandon out, too, getting him settled in, and he was tough. And I think the other dugout, they were kind of in shock a little bit of what was going on.
How fitting an end to your championship it was on a team that pitching and defense is how you've preached all year to win. 6-4-3 double play to win the state championship.
Definitely, and we had a little guy, Thomas Layden, playing second base for us, who we DH for. He's all of about 5'4", but he's one of the toughest kids I've got. He made some great plays last night. So it's fitting that the ball hit to Jesse, to Thomas. Thomas turns a double play, and to end the ball game that way was special.
I know we only got about 2 minutes to go, but I want to get this in. Talk about when you first saw this team, when they started working out this year, and you kind of know what you got, what you thought you had, and what you wound up having.
Well, we knew pitching was going to be our strength, and that's really what carried us all the way through.
But you had some holes you had to fill.
Oh, we had a lot of holes. Had some great seniors lead the program last year on a team that got beaten in the state semifinal. But they really came together. Chemistry-wise, probably the best chemistry we've ever had. This team, they're all close. They hang out with each other on and off the field. And that, as a coach, is always something that's tough to put your finger on, because it changes year over year, and the chemistry was just unbelievable between those guys.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
WOCA. Hey, hey.
We're back on the Saturday Sports page. I'm Tom Schmitz along with Austin Statman Tapman. Recent new acceptance to the University of Florida. Leaving us, going to the University of Florida, going to try to walk on and be the walk-on water boy for Billy Donovan's basketball team.
Is that even a position? Walk-on water? You have to walk on?
You got to walk on to be the water boy. I think that's it. Hey, Richard Burton, the SID at College of Central Florida, wanted to keep us up to date on the women's softball team that is playing in the national championship tournament. They lost last night to Angelina, Texas, 4-2. They now play at noon against Chattanooga State. They must win. It's a double elimination tournament. They must win against Chattanooga State to then face Angelina, Texas again in a beat Angelina State twice to win the national championship.
That's a really weird setup to win. You got to win 3 games in one day and beat the same team twice.
But that's a double elimination tournament. That's how it is. The losers bracket. You come out of the losers bracket.
You got to play.
You got to play.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were playing in the Flag City Shootout. I was playing for Heron's Business Systems out of Savannah. Flag City Shootout. We finished third to Flag City Shootout. We lost the opening game of the tournament. We were the first team to lose in the tournament. A tournament of 72 teams.
Wow.
We're the first team to lose. We lost on a Thursday night at 10 o'clock at night. We played 3 games Friday, played 4 games Saturday, and then we got in the dugout Sunday morning at 7 o'clock and didn't leave the dugout till we lost at 5:30 that afternoon. They just kept shuffling teams into the other dugout. Needless to say, long, tiring tournament. But that's what double elimination are. So the women of CF in the losers bracket, but if they win their game against Chattanooga, they will come out of the losers bracket to play in a must-win 2 games in a row situation against Angelina, Texas for the national title in women's softball. So good luck to the women of College of Central Florida, and thanks to Richard Burton, the SID at CF, for keeping us updated on what's going on with the women as they attempt to win a national championship and bring it back home to the city of Ocala. Mike Bianchi, speaking about legends, the legend of Interlochen, Florida, who now is a columnist for the Orlando Sun-Sentinel. He stopped by the show Thursday, to talk with Buddy about Will Muschamp, Blake Bortles being drafted by the Jags, and, just football in general. But really, he wrote an article about Will Muschamp, a column about Will Muschamp that him and Buddy get into. We're going to replay that for you now. Here's Mike Bianchi of the Orlando Sentinel.
I'm just saying that I read your column on Will Muschamp earlier this week, and when he spoke to the group in Orlando, it was a Tuesday night, I believe, he made some rather frank admissions about issues he'd come to realize. And I was looking at those comments again today with a friend of mine at lunch, and in that column you said he came to this reality that maybe he was not being, people misunderstood him because they didn't know him. His friend informed him, maybe you need to let people know who you are. And then he said, we got some issues, and he outlined those issues. And I'm thinking to myself, hello, we kind of all knew this 3 years ago. Very frank admission. Did you get that from that talk when he was there? That's obviously what you wrote?
Yeah, obviously Florida's opening up more practices. Will Muschamp said a friend of his from Gainesville told him, hey, people think you're a bad guy, but actually you're a pretty good guy. You need to open things up and let people get to know you. Well, I don't discount the fact that he was probably told that, but let's face it, if you're 4-8, you've got to do some things that sort of get the fans back on your side that maybe you wouldn't have done if you were, say, 11-1. So I think it all comes down to losing. Florida's not selling as many tickets as they used to sell. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't know if it was all Will Muschamp's idea. I think probably Jeremy Foley might have had something to do with Will Muschamp saying, "Hey, you need to change your image."
Yeah, and let's face it, coming in after a national championship is not obviously easy, and Ron Zook knows about that. But Muschamp just seemed like it was the perfect storm for him. Obviously, he was coming after Meyer, who was successful, although Meyer not that popular, thanks mostly to you and your columns. He comes in. You like Muschamp. You when he first came in, you wrote
Muschamp. I get a kick out of I'm sort of amazed that Gator fans think Muschamp is this Georgia Bulldog guy who's the Gator coach, when really Will Muschamp's more of a Gator than probably anybody the Gators have ever had as coach, except for Spurrier. I mean, the guy grew up a Gator fan. Not even Spurrier can say that. Will Muschamp is Gator through and through. And, a lot of times I think Gator fans look at him as an outsider when really he's not. He's as much of one of them as anybody they've ever had.
But it didn't translate, as you said. Something's happened. Those of us who don't know him, and I don't, I've never sat down with the man, but just look at him as a guy that was not prepared for this job, that appeared to be petulant, that acted like he was smug and knew all the answers, and acted like a jerk on the sideline. Now, Spurrier acted like a jerk on the sideline, but Spurrier didn't seem like he was totally out of control. He would throw the visor and make ugly faces and what have you. But Muschamp would go berserk, as you know. Now, you're telling me there's a different side to Will Muschamp, and obviously his friend's saying the same thing, and he's saying, hey, let people get to know you. What do you think Muschamp is doing or will do to let people get to know him?
Well, again, I'm not saying that Will Muschamp is completely different than what he shows on the sidelines. I think it all comes, but and I know it all comes down to winning and losing in football and in any sport. That's how perceptions are made. Let's face it, when Urban Meyer was winning national championships, Gator fans weren't complaining about the players that were being arrested, and they loved Urban Meyer. But when he left at the spur of the moment, and when the program seemed to be coming apart, that's when they sort of turned on Urban Meyer. Will Muschamp, when he was 11-1, he said this himself. When I was 11-1, my emotion and my passion were my strength. But when I'm 4-8, they become my weakness. So again, I think it all comes down to 4-8 versus 11-1.
You make some good points there. I'll give you some of those points, and you're right. The problem with that is that a lot of people knew going in after year one, and people I know said it during the season when they went 11-1, it's fool's gold. Look how many times they had to dodge bullets. Now, I know all teams have to win close games to go 11-1, but a lot of people thought it was kind of a fall, barometer, and it wasn't really a good...
It was.
And then you come back, and the next thing you know, it all falls apart. And then you talk about the personnel changes in the line, et cetera, et cetera. Here was the really kind of a shocking quote in your column that got me, was the fact that he tweeted out after the draft that in the admission that guys who ran the spread obviously had a better chance of making the NFL. Your story said Muschamp used to tell recruits they'd be better prepared for the NFL if they played a pro-style offense in college. Now he's touted the spread during the last two drafts. Muschamp, come on, 12 offensive players have been taken among the top 10 drafts. 10 of those 12 played on a spread offense. So he says, wow. He says, spread offense guys making more money than those pro-style guys. I'm saying, hello, Captain Obvious. Why did it take him this long to figure that out? That's what I wanted to know.
Well, I mean, come on. Everybody knows he's playing both sides of the fence there. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you can make statistics say whatever you want them to say. You can make numbers say whatever you want them to say. Now that he's sort of been forced to go to the spread offense because his pro style was so pathetic and he needed a new offensive coordinator, he's playing both sides of the fence here. I'm sure Nick Saban who plays a pro style of offense, I'm sure he has some numbers that say that the pro style is a much more effective way to get ready for the NFL than the spread. So Will Muschamp's just doing what he has to do because, again, he's 4-8 and he's changed offensive systems.
All right, good point. Final thing is on the draft, I want to bring this up. 96 guys came out early. 36 didn't get drafted at all. Nick Saban's got the idea. He says what should happen, they should have a pre-combine combine for the kids who are not one or two round draft choices who should be evaluated and then be able to either go back to college or not. I think that's a great idea. What's your thought about that?
Oh, I do too. I mean, the NBA has something like that. But yeah, college football players, if they find out, college football players. Storm Johnson down at UCF is a perfect example. All right, he was told he was going to be a second, third round draft pick, and it turns out he was a seventh round draft pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars at running back. I mean, if he were to come back for his senior season, he might have turned into a second or third round draft pick and made himself a lot more money. So yeah, they ought to be able to have that option to find out. I mean, these guys listen to their relatives, they listen to these street agents, and then they decide to come out, and it's foolish on their part.
Final question for Mike Bianchi, Orlando Sentinel columnist, Open Mic Radio on 740 The Game. Mike, have you had any success at all with getting the Jacksonville Jaguars to move all their home games to Orlando since Blake Bortles is the quarterback?
I didn't say they should move all their home games. I said they should move one home game per year to Orlando, which is the Jaguars' biggest TV market, even bigger than Jacksonville. They play one home game a year in London, for crying out loud. Why are they playing in London? The Jaguars need to build a regional fan base. They don't need to build an international fan base. They need to build a regional fan base to get some fans up in that stadium. They have a perfect example now that Blake Bortles is the face of that franchise. He's an Orlando kid. He played at UCF. He's beloved in this city. If they were to play one home game per year in Orlando instead of London, they could win over the 2 million people that live in Orlando.
That was Mike Bianchi at the Orlando Sentinel, and he's right. That's why I said that Blake Bortles would be the number 3 overall pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars, because they had missed the boat on Tim Tebow putting butts in the seats. And Blake Bortles, an Oviedo kid from Orlando, played football in Orlando, got lots of ties to that area, lots of fans in that area. It's only a short drive up I-95 from the Orlando-Daytona area to get to the Jacksonville Jaguar games, and it's going to sell tickets. Will Blake Bortles be a good quarterback? I think he will be, but that'll just be frosting on the cake. The reason they did this was to get ticket sales going, and I think they've accomplished that. We're going to go to break. When we come back from break, we'll get you set up for the NBA playoffs, the conference finals. Plus, we'll talk about Robert Mathis. Was he taken? Were him and his wife trying to have a baby, and did that cost him 4 games in the NFL? We'll talk about that next on the Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hey, Eddie, I'm playing Augusta in a few hours, and I need a 4th. Want to join us?
Georgia's close, but it's not that close, Alex.
Not Georgia, Golden Ocala. I'm a member at Golden Ocala, and this course has 8 tribute holes, like number 12 and 13. You know, part of Amen Corner, and the postage stamp, and the road hole. It's a phenomenal track. My family and I always have a great time at the pool and at the restaurants. They've got 3, you know. The kids love the tennis programs. My wife practically lives at the spa, and I've been bulking up with a personal trainer in their fitness center. Joining Golden Ocala was one of the best decisions I've ever made, aside from marrying my wife, of course. So you want to join us in a few hours?
Absolutely. I can't wait to play the first hole in golf and the road hole too. Hey, how do I become a member at Golden Ocala?
Eddie, just call 352-402-4343.
Luxury and great golf is affordable at Golden Ocala. Call 352-402-4343 to join.
Are you a business owner looking for a new and innovative way to reach consumers by thinking outside of the box? Well, here's a great new idea that thinks inside the box. Value Box. Value Box is a beautiful recipe box that features your business's profile on the front of recipe cards with a personal recipe on the back. With Value Box, a business's name can stay in front of their customers for years. They also offer an app for your iPhone or iPad for those who cook in the 21st century. So if it's time for your business to think outside the box to reach consumers, start by thinking inside the box with Value Box. For more information, you can contact Chuck Henderson of Value Box USA at 352-433-5301. That's 352-433-5301. Or by email, chuck@valueboxusa.com.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 and 2014?
But I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Understand. Wow, breaking out some AC/DC. TNT. Run for your life. That's roller skating music right there, pal. I grew up on TNT with AC/DC. That's good stuff. What is not good? NFL sacks champion Robert Mathis suspended the first 4 games of the NFL season for the Indianapolis Colts. And just on the surface, you see, he was suspended for violating the league's ban on performance-enhancing substances. Oh boy, another football player did a banned substance, and he got suspended. Ho-hum, exactly. Yawn.
Right.
Until you look at the story. And this is one of those stories you could gloss over because
you see so many of them.
4-game ban for doing steroids. Because that's immediately what you think, correct?
Exactly. That's what I thought when I read it.
But Mathis released a statement Friday detailing his explanation for the positive test. He said, it's difficult for me to address the circumstances surrounding this suspension because it involves very personal medical information, but it's important to me that my fans, particularly young people, understand what did and did not occur. Like many families, my wife and I faced fertility challenges, and I sought medical assistance. I specifically asked the doctor if the fertility medication he prescribed for me would present a problem for the NFL, and unfortunately, he incorrectly told me that it would not. I made the mistake of not calling the NFL or the NFLPA to double-check before I took the medication. The NFL and the NFL Players Association are not denying his statement. So the man took a medication because he has some fertility issues. Him and his wife are trying to have a baby. It now has him banned for 4 games.
And honestly,
common sense.
It comes down to Robert Mathis. Yes, it's the NFL not having common sense and saying, okay, it was just fertility problems.
But he should have double-checked.
Yes, he knows that it's some sort of
He knows the NFL is a bunch of
medication.
idiots when it comes to this kind of thing.
Right. And, what's it take? A phone call to the NFLPA. Call and email somebody and say, hey.
The doctor's trying to give me this fertility
exactly.
drug. Can I have permission to take it?
Right. It's going to show up positive on my test, but it's for something else. Can I take it? And it's bad for Robert Mathis, but eventually it comes down to his fault, and you just got to clear with the NFLPA.
It does come down to his fault. However, I think if it was me, I would appeal this and present the medical information?
Well, I think that's exactly what he's doing. He is appealing. But the NFL said that the suspension is because he didn't get with the NFL and the NFLPA on why he was taking this.
So then the old adage of it's better to ask forgiveness and ask permission is not in play here.
Not with the NFL. I would say not.
Because the NFL refuses to exercise common sense. The No Fun League has now banned a man for 4 games for trying to have a baby. Great job, National Football League.
You know what's kind of weird about this is, though, he can still do everything normally leading up to the regular season, playing in preseason games,
but
practicing.
then he can't play 4 games, and he doesn't get 4 game checks.
Right.
So the man's trying to have a baby, takes a fertility drug, didn't ask permission, asked his doctor. His doctor said it was good. It wasn't good. So he's banned now for 4 games because of it, not asking permission to use a fertility drug. That guy's parents right there, if he'd have used a fertility drug, we wouldn't have that guy probably. Probably be better for us if that guy hadn't have been around. But used a fertility drug, didn't get permission to use it, and now is going to miss 4 game checks. So already starting in the hole in debt.
Big blow to the Colts defense, too.
And already starting in debt with this child on the way now. Good job, NFL.
With a mother that is not in the best of health, and that's one of the reasons he expressed why he wanted to take this drug so that he could provide his mother another grandchild, but he's going to be out 4 games.
4 games, you know. But I bet if you ask him if he would do it again, if his wife could get pregnant, he'd do it all over again.
Oh, of course, but he would definitely notify somebody before doing this again.
And the NFL would do the same thing and suspend him if he didn't notify somebody.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Common sense in life needs to sometimes reign supreme.
Well, common sense says Robert Mathis, check.
Yeah. Common sense also says once the NFL was presented with why he was positive, oh, that makes sense to us. Never mind.
True.
So a lot of blame can be shared by everybody. Let's get set up for the NBA playoffs, Austin Conference Finals. The Heat versus the Pacers, just like we thought. In the West, OKC versus San Antonio, as we thought.
Yes, after all the mess and talk and this and that, who's going to go in? Wizards might go in. Clippers might go in.
Round 1, great basketball.
Yes.
Round 2, terrible basketball.
I wouldn't say terrible basketball, just not as exciting as round 1 basketball. You think it'd be the other way around.
But we got the 4 teams we thought we were going to get. However, the one of the 4 teams who we thought was a serious contender, I really don't give any shot of winning. I don't think there's any chance the Indiana Pacers beat the Miami Heat.
To be honest with you, I have to agree with you. I don't see the Heat have been by far the best team in the postseason, have the best player performing the best in the postseason in LeBron James. And I think they're peaking at the right time. They've had to deal with a couple injury issues. Obviously, Dwayne Wade's always going to be an injury issue this time of this time of his career. Yes, he's rested. The Indiana Pacers not playing very good basketball, although they did look more impressive against the Wizards late in that series. But the Wizards, I thought, beat themselves a couple games late with Bradley Beal.
I think the Wizards,
John Wall
throwing up shots from everywhere.
Yes, exactly. They cut it down to, they actually had a 1-point lead late in that game against Indiana.
They looked like they just
6.
got over anxious and, oh God, we got to shoot, we got to shoot.
So I thought that it was more of Washington shooting that game away more than Indiana winning. But Indiana got through. Like I said, I don't see Indiana winning a game in that series.
And they may win 1, but the Heat, I think, handle it. The series out west looks on paper like it's going to be a much better series. The Spurs played in the finals last year, were one Ray Allen 3-pointer away from winning the NBA title last year. The Thunder, without Serge Ibaka now, look like they're a little depleted. But if you go back and look at the last 10 games or 15 games these teams have played against each other, the Thunder own the Spurs. Own them. O-W-N.
Yeah. This season, the Thunder are 4-0 against the Spurs. Now, both teams had a couple of players missing in those regular season games, and a lot of people say that the regular season, you can't really base it off that. But if you're the San Antonio Spurs, you haven't beat this Oklahoma City team this season and haven't played well
I think they're 11. Oklahoma City's 11-4 in the last 15 games against the Spurs.
Something like that. Obviously, Serge Ibaka going down is huge for them. Obviously, I mean, the Oklahoma City backcourt.
He's out for the season,
Out for the season, yeah. Level 2 strain of the calf.
But remember, if Westbrook beats Tony Parker, the Thunder win this series.
Yeah, I think what an intriguing matchup is going to be is Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant. Kawhi Leonard, an upstart future of the San Antonio Spurs in the league versus the MVP of this season.
I believe it'll be the MVP of the season versus the best player in basketball in the NBA Finals.
I like the Spurs in 6.
You like the Spurs in 6. I'm going with the OK City Thunder. Are you kidding me? It's now come down to the ACC and Amelia Island has decided that it'll use a 30-second shot clock during exhibition games on an experimental basis. The coaches and ADs both felt it would be an enhancement to the game world, said Swafford, the head of the ACC. It'll speed up the game, and it'll add more possessions. Are you kidding me? You're only going to experiment with the 30-second clock? It should be an NCAA rule that it's a 30-second clock. It should be NCAA-wide in every division of basketball, a 30-second shot clock, bring it closer to the NBA, get more excitement in the game. We'd stop having 54-52 games, Wisconsin and Ohio State. Are you kidding me? Put the shot clock in at 30 seconds. For Austin Tapman, I'm Tom Schmidt saying have a great weekend, everybody.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their gums, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Hello? Can you hear me? Because if you can, then so can your customers. Radio works. Call today to advertise your business right here on WOCA 1370, The Source.
WOCA, News Talk 1370. Good talk, great conversation.
WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox Sports trending now.
Will California Chrome continue to be this season's Cinderella? Well, for this afternoon's Preakness Stakes, the Kentucky Derby winner is the overwhelming 3-5 favorite. Social Inclusion has the second best odds at 5-1. Post time 6:18 Eastern from Pimlico in Baltimore. What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? Well, it means you probably should have gone to Geico.com 15 minutes ago. Rough news for the Thunder as Serge Ibaka will miss the rest of the postseason preseason with a left calf strain. Oklahoma City gets underway at San Antonio. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals Monday night. No Saturday NBA action. Heat and Pacers get underway at 3:30 Eastern on Sunday afternoon in the Eastern Conference at Game 1. And Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on the ice. 1 Eastern this afternoon, Canadians hosting the Rangers. I'm Deb Carson.
Hard hit down the line.
Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 is your new home for Major League Baseball games every Saturday. To find your channel, go to foxsports1.com.
Now will be a good time to start.
It's the Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy Show.
That's right, the fellas, baby.
I'ma tell y'all, don't mistake it for a fella.
This is Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy.
This is what we do. All the stories we'll run through. Oh, yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Anthony Gargano, Lincoln Kennedy.
Here you go, Link.
I love it. Live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio, it's Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy.
Welcome back. Hour number 3 of the fellas. Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, right here at the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios here in Los Angeles. 15 minutes can save you 15% more. Car insurance, visit geico.com for a free rate quote. All right, Big Link. What we've been doing is a lot of football, team by team, now that we kind of know what's going on. A little bit later on, we'll take a look at the Preakness. We talked a lot of NBA early. And one of the themes of today's show, we'll get to it in the 4, which is your haunting moment as a sports fan. Because every sports fan, even those who get to lie on the pillows of championships, like Jay and Deb, well, even those fans, those lucky ones in the penthouse, they still have their own scars, their own wounds. Because being a sports fan is dealing with all your wounds and your scars. And being the athlete that you are, Lincoln, you had your own set of scars, emotional.
There's no doubt about that. Still scarred.
Tuck rule.
Just had to bring it up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just had to remind me of it, you rat bastards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, brother.
But it's right, because, here's the thing. You don't really realize it as a player. You always think your play is going to define your legacy. And to some extent it will. But I noticed just 10 years removed from the game how it feels to have announced, now let's bring up to the stage, Super Bowl champion, blah, blah, blah. Whoever it is, you're a Super Bowl champion or world champion, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Whoever you are, you're a world champion. And then we'll bring up all-pro tackle Lincoln Kennedy. It's like, geez, thank you for that wonderful introduction. 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and we've got 2-time All-Pro Lincoln Kennedy. You mofos! I mean, I'm telling you, it truly defines, and it's a haunting moment because it's like, oh man, if I could have just won one. Or I'm hanging out with my former players here, and they've got, like guys like Derek Kennard, who won Super Bowls with the Cowboy, and he wears his ring, and we're talking to kids, and he's showing off his rings. Like, I got all these kids from working hard, and I'm just in the background like, nobody give a damn about your rings. So,
I hear you, brother.
Envy wears its ugly head when you don't achieve that ultimate success.
These moments, and these moments of these scars and haunting moments and stuff that you're going to take to the grave.
No doubt.
And that's one of the questions for the 4. And we'll unveil the 4 coming up a little bit later on in the program. All right, but let's continue around the league, team by team, the May snapshot. And now our next stop is in Minneapolis, where the Vikings look to improve on the 5-10-1 season of last year.
Not going to happen if they don't have a quarterback, and I don't think they have one right now.
No, I don't either. And looking at this level of play in the NFC, I think it could be a long year.
Yeah. Look, I'm hoping for some better things out of Detroit, but I think that's a work in progress. I'm hoping for a little bit more.
What do you think about the Lions?
Well, you've seen how they've been able to live up to the expectations with the amount of talent they've had. From Ndamukong Suh and all this other stuff, and Fairley and all these guys on defense, and it just seems like they can't put it together, especially late in the season. Living in the shadow of Green Bay, and last year they put themselves in the shadow of Chicago. Even it seems like their window of opportunity almost passed them by. And now that you have a new coach, you got to think that hopefully it's instantaneous gelling, but there's still a lot of things that have to be desired there. You have to see it happen. I mean, who could ever anticipate after having a record-breaking year that Megatron would have some of the drops or the misplays like he had last year?
No, you're right. They had some bad luck too,
But see, that's it. You talk about haunting moments. We talked about Cleveland and what seems to be snake bitten about some of their teams. Can't you make a similar argument for Detroit, especially when it comes to the Lions, even the Tigers?
No, because of the Red Wings and the Pistons.
Well, the Pistons haven't been relevant since Rasheed Wallace's bald spot was there, right?
Yeah, but dude, you're not going that far deep. I mean, they had
10 years ago, a generation ago.
Yeah, and they win a title, dude.
I get it. And then the Red Wings, okay, I give you that.
And then before that, the Pistons had two times greatness, right? They win with Larry Brown,
right?
And they were bad boys, Chuck Daly. They had a couple runs.
And they were in the Eastern Conference, championship quite a few in the early 2000s. I remember late 90s and early 2000s. They had a great run. Well, as far as the Lions, I don't know if they get it. If
you're
they get
looking
out of
at
their
3 to
own
4 teams have had really good success. So Joel is living large. Are you kidding me? Now the Lions are interesting, right? Because the Lions get out. If you remember, they were 3-1, and then at one point they look really good. They beat the Packers 40-10. You remember that?
Right.
And that was November 28th. So they beat the Packers 40-10. And at that point, they were 7-5. And they lost their last 4. If you remember, they lose to the Eagles in a blizzard.
Yeah.
They lose to the Ravens 18-16. They lose to the Giants in overtime. And then they're basically out of the playoffs after that. And they lose to Minnesota at the end, where a game didn't matter.
Well, as much fun as they are to watch them. Go ahead.
No, but my point to you is that, I mean, that was a playoff team that just fell apart.
Well, see, that's the thing that stands out to me. I mean, as explosive as they are and as fun they can be to watch at times on offense, you would think after a while, you're looking around your division, you have to pay some attention to your secondary. I don't think they have what it takes to stand up to the Green Bay passing arsenal or what's going to take place in Chicago.
Yeah,
with their receivers, I don't think they have what it takes in the secondary.
No, I'm with you. Completely with you. But again, that offense. If Stafford could ever harness it and not throw picks, watch out. That's all I'm going to say. Bears. Well, what's your thoughts?
You talk about a team that made some moves to get themselves better. They've done some things to ramp up their defense. We had a pleasant surprise last year out of their offense.
Defense was horrific last year,
especially when a franchise that's been notoriously known for defense. To see the backward steps they took last year defensively, and then of course the Trestman input his offense really was a boost. Even when their main court, even when the Cutler goes down. So I like what they did in the defense. It's going to be up to the games to see whether it's enough to hang with Green Bay. I think Green Bay is the cream of this division.
By far, Pack's back. Rodgers is back. Packers. The Packers are going to be nasty. I love Green Bay this year. All right. East. Redskins. I think the Redskins are a very, very dangerous team. If RG3, I do. If RG3, it's all about Griffin. If he can come in and play well and kind of get right under Jay Gruden, I love what's around him. I love his running game. I love his tight end. Defensively, I still got to say it, but they get enough playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I like them.
My biggest question mark is the chemistry between Griffith and Gruden. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and I think it's going to work. I think Jay Gruden's going to be great for Griffin.
Okay.
You don't?
I don't. It's my question mark. I don't.
Well, it certainly wasn't under Shanahan.
No, and I get it. And I still think when you look at Shanahan, if they're sitting there saying they've got a quarterback that's injured, why are you still calling zone read plays or plays like that? I mean, there's no doubt that Gruden's going to try to air it out because he has a lot of the same philosophy as his brother John, and I know real well loves the passing game. Is Griffith? Is he going to return to that form that had him at rookie where he threw more touchdowns and a lot less interceptions, or does he struggle to adjust? I mean, they surround themselves with offensive weapons like you mentioned. It's the chemistry between those two guys that comes into question.
How about Giants?
I'm not really expecting anything out of Giants.
I agree. Well, they were very, very busy in free agency.
They were.
That never works.
Yeah.
Dallas. Cowboys. I like their draft pick. I like going offensive line there, Zach Martin. But what are your eyes telling you on your Cowboys?
Back to the quarterback. Back to the quarterback position. Okay. How does Romo come off of this surgery? Another back surgery.
8-8.
Again?
8-8.
Isn't that a repeat? 8-8. Like Deb said the last three. I mean, that's the biggest question mark.
8-8. And to round it out, the Eagles. Can the Eagles continue? Chip Kelly took everybody by surprise last year.
Right.
10-6. Step back without Deshaun Jackson. If you're relying on two young receivers, right?
Well, you've added some explosiveness on offense. The question mark is Nick Foles, in the sense that, yes, he did it last year. Is he the type of quarterback? Is he that franchise quarterback that's going to be able to do it consistently here and out?
No, we'll find out. All right, so coming up the AFC and then the 4. That's all straight ahead. Don't go anywhere. Fellas, Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano right here on Fox.
How happy are we that the NBA playoffs are on?
I'm happy as hell.
It makes me happy.
Everybody happy.
Happy enough to sing a cappella.
Winning buckets. Splash.
Your NBA playoffs coverage is right here.
Takes a 3 right through.
We are Fox Sports.
I've had the hardest time finding someone who loves me for me, not my money.
I just want to find the perfect match.
Finding the right car insurance company can be daunting, especially if you've been burned in the past. Visit Geico.com to find the policy destined for you. One devoted to saving you money, making your life easier, treating you like a princess or a vegan warlock, whatever you're into. Your perfect car insurance company is out there. Geico. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on car insurance.
Dude, if you're not wearing your seatbelt, avoiding a ticket has a high degree of difficulty.
Real though?
No matter what trick you pull to appear wearing one. The front side shoulder sham, a gnarly right cross fakie, or even the seriously wicked smooth glide shifty. Cops make sure each trick finishes with a busted tail grab. That's harsh, man. Pulling a fakie will get you in real trouble.
No doubt, son.
There's no trick to avoiding a seatbelt ticket. Day and night, click it or ticket.
Paid for by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
From helping florists manage their first payroll, to checking sales projections for logistics companies, to showing garages how much they've been paid, to pursuing leads for multinationals, Sage Software helps businesses manage. Whether it's accounting, payroll, payments, ERP, or CRM, Sage gives you the control to look forward with confidence. Visit sageconfidence.com.
The Battery, modern-day fire, powering everything from remote-control cars to the car in your garage. So when your car battery is reaching the end of the line, or you're wondering whether it is, stop by Advance Auto Parts. We'll test your old one for you, free of charge. And if you purchase a new Autocraft battery, we'll install it for free. Only if you'd like us to, of course. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Most vehicles, most locations. See store for details.
Like it or not, springtime is just around the corner, and so is spring cleaning and those winter projects you've been putting off. But don't worry, Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now.
Hi, this is Sam Roberts with Air Ducts Heating and Air. I've been in the air conditioning business for years, but just recently my wife and I decided to open our own business. It's a difficult economic environment, but praise God, we've been doing just fine. And I'd like to take this time to thank all of my customers. I'd also like to invite you to give Air Ducts Heating and Air a try. You see, I don't have the high overhead of having 30 trucks on the road, dozens of employees, etc. And that means I can give you the absolute lowest rock bottom price on your new AC system. When you call Air Ducts Heating and Air,
304-6766. That's 304-6766.
I personally will come to your home and give you a free, no obligation in-home estimate. Air Ducts Heating and Air is a family-owned and operated business, and it'll be our pleasure to help keep your family comfortable.
Call today, 304-6766. That's 304-6766.
Call today for your free in-home estimate. License number CAC 1817288.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
The official sunflower seed of Fox Sports Radio.
Put the name on it.
Biggs has so many different great flavors like Hidden Valley Ranch, Vlasic Dill Pickle, and Frank's Red Hot. Heck, no matter what Biggs flavor you choose, you're going to have a better day. You know why? Because everything's better with Biggs. USA made. Bigger seeds from the outside of the sunflower. Fire roasted to deliver a bigger crunch.
Biggs sunflower seeds are great.
Get Biggs today. Now at Sports Authority. Everything's better with Biggs.
Thank you, Biggs.
Fox Sports.
Today on Fox Sports 1, catch all the baseball action as the Pittsburgh Pirates take on the New York Yankees at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Batter up! We are Fox Sports!
Welcome back, Fox Sports Radio. We are the fellas. Well, at least I used to think I was one of my fellas. I was one of the fellas until I recently came up with some new information. Cuzzo, I'm calling violation. First of all, we got the 4 coming up in a little bit, but I got to call violation, bro.
What's up, man?
Full disclosure, I thought we were boys.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
How could you not tell me about the Cuzzo app? Sports trivia. The eye black. You think I wouldn't find out? The eye black, the leather jacket. You think I wouldn't hear about this? You didn't.
No, it's not out yet. It's not out yet.
I'm looking at cuzzoapp.com. Tweet your sports trivia question.
Yeah, but it's not really out yet, though. The launch is not going to happen for a little while.
He cheating on you, Big Ant.
Just wrong. I mean, you can't. I'm trying to figure out where did we go wrong. I thought we was closer to that. You didn't even tell your boy about it.
What do you mean?
Look, man. Here's the thing. I get a tweet from a follower. It says, "Hey, you on the air right now?" I was like, "Yeah, Anthony Gargano and I on." And then I see your picture. You got the eye black on. You got your hair all done up, nice and gelled and nice. And you got the leather black jacket, looking rough, mean. Cuzzo app. I'm like, Cuzzo app. What is this? I go stump the first sports trivia app with bravado.
Brovado.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
No, dude. It's not about, honestly, it's not out yet. Believe me, you're going to get the call to help me out. All right? And so's Jay, man.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
When I'm ready to launch, I'll let you know. And we're going to do a whole campaign on it, Holmes.
I hope I didn't let the secret out the bag too soon for you, brother.
Yeah, you're big mouth.
My bad. I was a little disappointed. I was like, you cheated on me. You didn't want to tell your boy about it.
What's this? Holmes. You just spoiled it.
It's all over your Twitter page.
No, I know. I know.
It's all over your Twitter page.
My beautiful assistant did that.
Which, by the way, Jay, since you've been trying to get me more and more on Twitter, how about my boy Ant? My boy Ant has only put out, what was it, 400 tweets?
366 tweets, man.
And how many followers do you got?
Dude, I was surprised.
He's
the man.
He's the man.
What do you mean?
You got over 15,000 followers, and you only put out less than 400 tweets.
Yeah, well, I like to be judicial.
Is that what it is?
Leather coat style.
I don't want to mess with. I don't want to clog people's Twitter up.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Some guys are crazy with it. All right,
dude, well, you're right about that.
I don't need to know
40,000 tweets.
Yeah, that you're wearing purple socks. All right, I don't need to know that.
I'm digging. I must say, man, I'm digging the leather coat look, man.
Yeah, looking
like
rough.
The leather coat look. That's my look, rough. Man.
You out here looking like Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone
with the fro.
And the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock shadow, all that.
Because I was born in 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, that's why I said 5, 6, 7 because it's a little thick. So it's not just a 5 o'clock.
I shave in the morning and at night I got to shave again. No good, bro.
And the eye black. Look at you, cuz looking all mean.
You like that? I'm
impressed.
Well, when it comes out, I'll let you know so we can actually talk about it.
So quickly, I can't tweet a question right now. It gives me an option to tweet.
It does, yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah, it says tweet your sports trivia question now.
I hooked up with these guys. They're terrific. They're called the Intuitive Group, the Intuitive Company.
I see an intuitive product.
Yeah, and they come back and they're back. They're a wonderful Silicon Valley group that go back and forth from Philadelphia to Silicon Valley, and they do great work. So we're. But I got to stock the thing with questions. So that's what I've been doing. I write questions every night.
Well, are people tweeting you to stump you a question? Like, for example, my question would be, who during the infamous snowball game, what team was playing Philadelphia?
Cowboys. All right. 8-8. 8-8.
I knew you.
Hey, Deb. 8-8. Deb, 8-8.
No, not this year.
Oh, 7-9.
By the way, I must commend Jerry Jones for using his head and hopefully somebody else's advice on the draft this year.
I know. I got to tell you, I was rooting so badly for the Cowboys.
Of course you were.
I know you were. Everybody was. I'm sitting here. I was on the air that night during the draft show, and I'm just cringing as he's dropping and dropping. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to happen, isn't it? And then when they announced the 16th pick was Zach Martin, I was like, praise God, something positive happened. Maybe he's serious about winning this year. So I like it.
You know what? I think it was great. I like their draft a lot.
Yeah.
I like getting the defensive end.
Yeah. Well, 7 of their 9 picks were defense.
Yeah, they got a pass rusher.
I feel you're right, and he's a legit pass rusher.
Yeah. Oh,
DeMarcus Lawrence. He's got to emerge right away. Yep.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence. He's got to come off in a worse way. He's got to be that pass rusher, and that did.
I liked their draft a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was his best draft in a long time.
No, I think so too.
So maybe they'll go to 8-8.
So watch out, Eagles. No way. I'm going to go. I've got to look at the schedule again, but I'm going to go somewhere between 10-6.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? I think
this is the Cowboys. This is the Cowboys.
You know what? I know, but I like this. Give me, again, it's still.
Let's go through it. Let's go through the schedule.
It's still May, Anthony.
Right. No, hold on. W's and L's right now.
We have a lot of potential injuries. That's what it did in last.
That's the key word for Dallas Cowboys, potential.
Are you ready? Well, let's go through. Let's go through.
Okay, hold on. Let me get there.
All right. So Niners. I'm going to give it to you guys. Niners. You and Deb.
Hold on. I got to look at location too.
I'll give you location.
Okay.
Home against San Francisco.
Loss.
Yeah, loss.
Right. At Tennessee.
Win.
At St. Louis.
Win.
Lincoln.
Loss.
At Tennessee.
I'll give them win.
All right. At St. Louis.
I go win.
Loss.
Win.
Yep.
At St. Louis. Loss.
They're going to lose.
At St. Louis?
Yes.
No.
Loss.
They're not going to win back-to-back road games, Tennessee, St. Louis.
I have faith.
All right. Saints home Sunday night. Lincoln.
Loss.
Deb.
I might have to go loss at this point.
Okay. Houston home.
Win.
At Seattle.
Loss.
Giants home.
Win.
I'm going to go win, yeah.
Washington home.
Win.
Win.
Arizona home.
Loss.
Win.
Ooh, you think they can beat the Cardinals?
In Dallas?
Loss.
At Jacksonville.
Win.
Bye week. Loss now.
How dare you?
At Giants.
That's always tricky.
They're not going to sweep them. That's a loss.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a loss. Sunday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, loss.
Loss. Home Eagles Thanksgiving Day.
Win.
Win on Thanksgiving.
Loss. All right. at Chicago Sunday night.
Loss.
Wow, that's a tough one too.
That's a loss.
And what month is this?
December the 4th.
December.
At Chicago.
Loss. That's cold. Yeah.
At Eagles. Loss.
They won't sweep the Eagles, so that's a loss.
I'll go loss too.
All right. So right now you got Lincoln. You got them at 8 losses.
6, 7.
And,
I've got 8 wins so far.
And you're right, Deb. You got them at 6 losses. Indianapolis home.
Ooh.
I'm going to go win.
Andrew Luck.
I'm getting to my 10 wins. Darn it. That's my 9th right there.
Lincoln.
Win.
I'm going to go loss.
All right. At Washington.
Win.
Lincoln.
I'd have
I don't
to
remember the first one.
Honestly, it is tricky, but I'm going to stick with my win to get to my 10. But that would be the question mark for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, I don't think they sweep anybody in their division, so
that would be a loss. So you have
so
you have them at 6 and 10, and Deb has them at 10 and 6.
Yeah, but again, that last.
So
game,
we know what that equals? 8 and 8.
He just averaged it out. 8
No.
You know it, Deb.
No, I just know, again, that last game of the season, I'm a little gun shy after the last 3 years because it hasn't worked out, has it? So I guess I'm either 9 and 7 or 10 and 6. But I'm going to stick with my 10 and 6 for now.
You go, Deb. You do it for the both of us because I don't have that much confidence.
I'm trying. I'm hanging in there. After the draft, that's the thing. It's like I would have gone 8 and 8, but you know what? The draft has me thinking, you know what? They're headed in a positive direction. They went defense. They needed the help there. They needed the help on the offensive line. They got that. And again, we need a little luck in the health department this year.
Well, see, I think that's the intangible right there because I don't think Tony Romo finishes the season
8 and 8.
I'm not wishing anything bad on him, so I don't want to be in a bunch of tweets. But I'm just saying I think this injury is more severe.
For Brandon Whedon or Kyle Orton?
Who?
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Deb.
Yes.
8 and 8.
10 and 6.
Hold on, Deb. Hold on.
Let's go through the Eagles schedule.
Okay, you ready? You want to go? Wow, you want to go through the Eagles real quick? We'll do it really quickly.
Okay.
All right, just for grins.
Loss.
All right. All right, we're going to start with Eagles, and I'm just trying to get pulled up real quickly. Okay. All right, here you go. All right, so we're going to start off with opening day Jacksonville home.
For the Eagles, it's a win.
Right?
It's a win. It's
At
a win for
Indianapolis.
Loss.
Agreed. Washington home.
Win.
All right.
Yes.
First
You know
one
what?
at
Don't
home
you
win.
think Deshaun Jackson has some chip on his shoulder there?
No,
I'm gonna go loss.
You're going to go loss?
Why not?
At San Francisco.
Loss.
Loss.
St. Louis at home.
Loss.
Win.
Loss?
I think you're going to lose to St. Louis, too. Oh, you beware of St. Louis.
You have the Rams. You have us losing to the Rams at St. Louis, and then you have
All right.
Yeah,
Giants at home Sunday night.
Oh, they'll win.
win. Yeah,
At Arizona.
win.
Loss.
Wow.
I don't think you beat anybody
At
in the NFC
Houston.
West. Win. Everybody beats Houston
Yeah,
and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think Houston bounces back.
Well, yeah, they're not going to be 2-14 again, but
Yeah, I do. I like them. Carolina home.
Oh, win.
yeah,
At Green Bay.
loss.
Loss.
Tennessee home.
Win.
Win.
You have Dallas as a loss because it's Thanksgiving Day. Seattle home.
Loss.
Win.
Dallas home. Win.
Loss.
At Washington.
No, I'm kidding.
At Washington.
What do you need us for? You're just going to do it yourself.
I think, because I think we already said Dallas.
said
was
no,
gonna
you
lose.
guys said it.
Oh, do it? Oh, okay. okay.
That was the Dallas at Philly
real
game.
quick. At Washington.
Win.
At Giants.
Win.
Loss.
All right. So, Deb, you got him at 8-8. Lincoln, you got him at 8-8.
That's where they belong, my friend. Eagles are 8-8.
All right, here we go.
Cowboys 10-6.
You're listening to the fellas. Now let's go to Deb to find out what's trending at 8-8.
Second jewel of the Triple Crown coming up tonight, 6:18 Eastern from Pimlico in Baltimore. And for the Preakness Stakes Kentucky Derby winner, California Chrome is the overwhelming 3-5 favorite. Social Inclusion has the second best odds at 5-1. Byron Nelson Championship leaderboard courtesy of Golfsmith. And through 2 rounds in Texas, Brendan Todd atop the board at 8 under par with a 2-stroke lead over a pack of 8 golfers. Rough news for Oklahoma City. Thunder lose Serge Ibaka for the rest of the postseason. He has a left calf strain. The Thunder get underway at San Antonio. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals coming up Monday night. It's a Sunday afternoon matinee for the Heat and the Pacers, 3:30 Eastern from Indy. Today, though, the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals gets underway. Puck drops at 1 Eastern as the Canadiens host the Rangers in Game 1. Breaking sports news as it happens. I'm Deb Carson.
We are Fox Sports.
Start your engine! The NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race in Charlotte is here. NASCAR Race Day kicks off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern today, followed by All-Star Race coverage at 7, only on Fox Sports 1.
Mr. 305. I want everybody to get ready. Please start, 'cause we about to snake.
Welcome back, fellas. Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, hanging out with you. Coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios, where 15 minutes can save you 50% or more on car insurance. As we hang out, visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And, we're having a lot of fun, as always, on a Saturday. And we're going to hit you with the 4 in just a minute, but we have to do and finish off the AFC, Lincoln.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that some of our listeners have responded to our banter about the Cowboys, and OSU Justin on Twitter said, "Hey, Lincoln, tell Deb, no way Dallas gets 10 wins. I'm sorry, but you're right. It's 8-8." So I think a lot of people seem to agree. Intangibles for Tony Romo. I don't know if he'll be healthy out there and that back surgery. So moving on to the AFC, huh?
Well, we have to do it quickly. We did the NFC. We cannot leave the AFC alone, right?
Yeah. Denver's the cream of the class.
Okay, before we get to relax, dude.
I'm just saying. You said AFC.
We're start in the East.
I'm looking forward to the 4. We're
going to start in Buffalo.
Crickets.
All right. We'll go south to Miami.
Exactly. Again, quarterback play, Tannehill.
Yep.
Does he grow? Does he mature? I mean, this whole team was riddled with scandal last year and stuff in the locker room, and see if they could put it behind themselves and just win some football games.
All right. Well, how about Michael Vick and the Jets?
Crickets.
Wow. How about Belichick, your boy?
Well, you know, you already know the winning formula. They've got another 10-win season for New England.
You know it. AFC North. What about Johnny Cleveland?
I think it's a circus because it doesn't. If Hoyer comes out and is able to get a couple of wins early, I haven't looked at their season. If not, the fan base will be, and of course the Johnny Football Network will be clamoring for him to get the start to see what he can do. I think it's a fiasco.
All right, how about Cincinnati coming off its 11-5, good defense? Can Andy Dalton be the guy? I think they're going to find out this year, right?
I think it's a difference. You're going to see a difference in philosophy and play calling between Jay Gruden and what Hugh Jackson will do for Dalton. I think you and Dalton will be good together.
You know Hugh very well.
Yeah. I think his way of calling plays is going to be very beneficial for Dalton. I think they are. I like them. I like the Bengals this year.
Fellas, brought to you by Valvoline. We introduced motor oil back in 1866, and we've been reinventing it ever since. An all-American motor oil company with an all-American vision. Valvoline, 140 years under the hood. So let's go to Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers bounce back.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Now they've got their offensive line healthy. This was a team that was riddled by injuries, and they were still only one game away from the playoffs last year. They found a way. So we know the formula for success for them is wins football games. We'll see if their defense getting longer in the tooth or if they got younger to stay relevant. There's a lot of question marks there. I think they're kind of a mid-tier the division team right now because there's so many intangibles we don't know about.
Baltimore. I like the Ravens a lot.
Getting healthy is key. I think having Pitta back is going to be huge for their offense. And of course, they've been able to hold on to a lot of their free agents, which is a plus. You don't necessarily see a lot of.
Dude, how about their I love their draft too.
So did I.
Their defense is going to be good.
Yeah.
I like their draft a lot. All right, true. How about let's go to the AFC South? Houston, you guys are mocking Houston. I think Houston is going to bounce back. This was not a bad team. They had things go crazy on them. I mean, things just didn't work out, and then Matt Schaub throwing picks, and it was just an unraveled type of year. That team's got talent.
Okay, your defense is nasty, but who's your quarterback? You got to win games. You got to throw the ball.
No, dude, I get you.
You got a disgruntled wide receiver who's not sure if he wants to stay there.
Oh, Brian's talking to him. He'll get him on board. He'll get Andre Johnson on board.
I think their defense with Clowney and Watt are going to be something to be reckoned with, but they got to score points, and I don't see their defense doing it. So.
They had an offensive coach.
Huh? Well, yeah, okay. Hey, let me see you pull a rabbit out of a hat.
He's going to pull Fitzpatrick out of, that.
Oh, goodness.
No good on Fitzpatrick?
No.
What about Keenum?
What about
Case?
You want to hear crickets like we did in Buffalo and New York?
Okay. Point saying. Jacksonville got a quarterback, and you're a big Bortles guy, and he got him two big weapons, too.
They're going to play him early. Bortles is going to be in the field pretty early, but I just think they don't have overall enough weapons to keep pace with the rest of the AFC.
But 4-12, can they turn 4-12 into 7-9, 8-8?
No, it's more like 4-12 goes to 6-10.
Okay, fair. Tennessee.
Still question mark at locker. What do you do? I want to see this team put some things together. And it's just been a disarray. I don't know if they're there yet.
Andrew Luck and the Colts.
They are the cream of this division.
Second best team in the conference? We're third best.
And the AFC?
Yep.
Denver, New England.
Since you got Denver, New England, Cincinnati, Kansas City. Where does Indy fall?
I would put them fourth behind Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati a little bit more than I like.
I'll take Indianapolis over Cincinnati. All right, how about this? How about let's go to the Chargers?
Always dangerous. Look, I like what they did in the offseason. It's going to. This is a competitive division as well. I think you know what you got in Denver, huh?
I like this division.
Oh, the division is going to be competitive.
All right, talk about your Raiders.
Well, I mean, they still have some pieces missing. I like what they did in the offseason. I like what they did as far as the free agents. I like what they did in draft. Now it's a matter of putting it together. It's like the Rams in the NFC West.
Yes.
It's one of those teams where they're going to be more competitive, but you might not have enough weapons to keep up with the creme de la creme.
I like Kansas City. I like what Andy Reid has done.
Kansas City rescinds. They fall back a couple games.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. You're fairly confident.
I don't understand what Kansas City did as far as their defensive draft, and I think they have a lot of confidence in Alex Smith, but I think this whole contract situation with him might play into it.
No. I thought it was a good pick.
Wow.
Look at that. I got to put it out of you.
Why?
How do you spell?
It's almost like you spell meh too. Meh.
Meh. You got a meh. Sky Rob gave me meh. M-E-H. And then finally Broncos. We love the Broncos and Peyton. Yeah. They're stocked. Broncos are, without a doubt, the best team in the conference. And so there it is. There's your look at your May snapshot of the NFL. We'll give you your June snapshot coming up in a couple weeks. Lincoln Kennedy.
Where's my shotgun?
We're the fellas right here on Fox.
Hey.
Way back by the wall.
MLB.
It is gone.
Do you remember me?
How about Billy Hamilton?
Just a friendly reminder, the boys are letting it rip on the diamond.
Welcome to the 500 home run club, Albert Pujols. We are Fox Sports.
It's Sam Adams Summer Ale season. I love the summer ale.
Cheers. Woo, summertime's here.
I like the citrus, crisp and refreshing.
It's light, it's not too hoppy.
The grains of paradise add a nice little spice to the beer. Smooth, refreshing. It's summertime. Time for Sam Adams Summer Ale. It's perfect.
Be great for cookouts, spending some time outdoors.
This is the experience for a Sam Adams summer. I could drink that all summer long. It's really a good beer. It really is. Definitely a good summer beer. Brewed especially for summer. Sam Adams Summer Ale. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Sip responsibly.
If you've worn a fleece vest to an important meeting, you love the outdoors. If you can live on hot dogs and beans for 2 days, you love the outdoors. If you wear a headlamp to take out the garbage, you love the outdoors. And if you love the outdoors like we do, don't miss the REI Anniversary Sale, our biggest sale of the year. Save up to 30% on the best outdoor gear and clothing. Tents, packs, boots, and more. The REI Anniversary Sale. Going on now.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get the stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
You asked for it, Ocala, and Bob Wines does it for you. He's holding over his $10 special on Knockout Roses. New shipment of double red and double pink knockouts, only $10 each while they last. Take that, big box stores. And listen to this, a huge selection of hummingbird and butterfly plants starting at 3 for $10. Yes, get 3 for only $10. Azaleas, dwarf everblooming, Duke de Rone, and red ruffles, regular $5.99, but you get 6 for just $19.99. $2.99 veggies are just 99 cents while they last. Pine straw as low as $4.49 a bale when you buy 10. Got a landscape job? Ask Bob about it. They can do it right, do it quickly, and do it for less. That's Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Bob Wines. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Growing Greener with Ocala since 1952.
This is James Snyder inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy, right here on WOCA 1370.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
Each need. For more information on managing pain, visit fightarthritispain.org, baby. This message is brought to you by the Arthritis Foundation and the Ad Council.
So you want to hear us all the time?
Every day, 24/7.
Don't be playing that time warp game with me.
You're in luck.
Am I having a stroke? You guys smell toast?
Download the iHeartRadio app.
I would think that would be so intimidating.
Then bam!
We're ready, we're loaded, we're ready to go.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
You hear us.
Listen to me.
Just do that for me, please.
Every day.
Every day, all day, every day.
I do that right now.
We are Fox Sports.
This is
The one is on.
Fox Sports 1.
I know you want me, you know I want you.
America's new sports network.
Go to foxsports1.com to find the channel number for Fox Sports 1 in your area.
Mr. Bombastic. We want is a bombastic, romantic, fantastic lover. Shaggy.
Oh, welcome back, fellas. Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, right here on Fox Sports Radio. We always have a lot of fun here on Saturdays, messing around and enjoying ourselves. We're brought to you by Sage Software, giving you control to look forward with confidence. All right, Big Link, are you ready for the questions?
I'm ready.
Of the four.
Callers, get ready.
Hey, how's it going?
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the four.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, here it is. And the first question of the four is this. Now, take your time. Think about these, fellas. Here you go. Number one, give me the good thing in sports and the bad things in sports that you've dealt with as a fan that you're going to take to your grave. All right, the good thing and the bad thing that you're going to take to your grave. Question number two of the four. I want the best thing going about baseball, basketball, and football. I want, right? But each of the sports, I want the best thing, going about baseball right now, basketball right now, football right now. And question number three is the flip side. I want the worst thing with each of those three sports. And question number four on your best thing, worst thing, as you can tell the theme of today's four. I want you to tell me the best TV or movie out there, TV show or movie, and the worst TV or movie. All right? So it's a good,
So number
bad,
four is either or. Okay, all right.
Right? So you get to go, like, give me a best and a worst. Best TV show right now is. Worst TV show right now is. Hey, by the way, do you see this new show on Showtime?
Which one?
Penny Dreadful.
I was glimpsing at some spots of it. I hadn't had a chance to get into it. I wasn't able to really know what to make of it when I saw it.
Did you watch? You watched it, or you watched
a little bit? Didn't really watch it, so I'm clueless as to the storyline and what's going on. I saw some supernatural stuff, and couldn't really follow it.
Or are you going to go back and watch it?
I don't know. Is it worth it?
I liked it. I got to tell you, I was in. I'm in 1800s London. The portal. Okay. The portal to the supernatural. I'm in on that stuff.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, you're Middle Earth guy.
Well, I mean, but here, that's what I'm saying. I just
down on supernatural if you're Middle Earth.
No, I'm not looking down on it. I just said I didn't see enough of the spots I saw to stimulate from it.
Turn your nose down.
That's why I asked you, is it worth going into it? So I'll look into it.
Yeah, but
I'll trust you, cuz.
Nah, but you got that, you got that meh. You gave me the
I haven't seen enough. That's why I asked you. I'm basing it on your reference. If you refer me to it, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, but Jay, didn't he give me a meh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did. I actually thought I saw the cape flying back real fast.
Oh, brother.
Right?
Yeah, it is a cape. I see it behind him.
Oh, there we go.
Right? He's a
Kansas.
Meh. Oh, really? Meh.
Oh. Right. It's coming from eye black and a leather jacket. 12 a.m. shadow.
My glam shot's gone wrong.
Oh, God. All right, Berg. All right, Pittsburgh. All right, here we go. Let's go, Lincoln.
All right.
As always, you get us started. First question of 4 is this. Give me the good thing and the bad thing from your career as a sportsman that you're going to take to the grave.
The best feeling as the person was being drafted number 9. That was probably one of the best moments of my life, just to see that your game, it was in such high regard, especially as much emphasis is put in the draft, and being introduced to the nation, the Raider Nation. Was one of the best things for me. And it's kind of a combined thing. So, because of the good feeling family. The worst thing is definitely the tuck row. That's haunting.
That Brady's back to pass.
Oh, there it is.
No, that's a fumble. No, that's a crowd's reacting because he pumped. That is a fumble, and Beaker recovered. They're all reacting here. They're showing
that's a fumble.
Their diamond vision here. Brady pumps. He does bring it forward, but that's not to pass the ball. And then I think he comes to a stop, and then Woodson hits him. This will be a fumble. The Raiders will take the ball, in my opinion.
8-8.
8-8. Question number 2 of the 4.
You rat bastards.
I want the best thing going right now about baseball is what?
The best thing going about baseball is Yu Darvish and pitching.
Best thing about basketball right now is what?
It's almost over.
Best thing about football is?
It's not here yet.
Oh, God. Worst thing about baseball is?
Strikeouts.
Worst thing about basketball right now is?
It's going to be the same matchup as last year in the finals.
Pretty good. Worst thing about football is? Nothing.
A total channel concentrated on Johnny Manziel.
Nothing. Best TV show going right now or movie is?
Game of Thrones.
Worst is?
Oh, I don't even know if it's worse. I can't even watch it. So what would it be? Reality shows?
No, well, give me a show or a movie that you just went, this show is horrible. I can't watch it.
I don't think I watched it.
All right. I don't know. We are the fellas. Coming back, you can take the 4 too. We'll tell you how next.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
When a woman quits her career to have kids, she's typically leaving during her highest earning years. In a case of divorce, she should be compensated for what she gave up. Instead of a day off, plan a stop day, a day when we completely cease all labors and relax. The longest amount of time both of you can be silent before the moment becomes officially awkward, 4 seconds.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
How good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get the stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
National and the Ad Council.
Andy Furman.
I'm going to tell you something.
And Mike North.
Right, that's the point.
This is Fox Sports Daybreak.
What's your game?
Frank Vogel moves on right now, the coach of the Pacers. Pacers 93-80 over Washington in Game 6. They're going to play, I guess, as the NBA predicted. They want that. Yeah, he ain't going to get fired, is he? No, he lives another day. The Indiana Pacers. But, I mean, you can't fire him now. What, are you going to fire him if he loses to Miami? No, if they lose to Miami, he still has a job. You can't fire him. Look what he did. Oh, look, I thought they were going to be out against Atlanta. And all they can't. Now they're winning 4-2. But is this not the worst first? This is the worst team I've ever seen. The team's like a freaking roller coaster. Like a roller coaster, really. It wasn't a roller coaster for a while. It was going downhill, but now they righted the ship. But this is the most unimpressive team. I mean, they're 5-1 on the road and 3-4 at home.
Andy Furman.
This was big.
Mike North. Fox Sports Daybreak. Weekdays 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox Sports trending now.
The end of Golden era in Anaheim last night. It was the Kings with a 6-2 win over the Ducks, so LA advanced to the Western Conference Finals, where they will take on the Blackhawks in Game 1 on Sunday. But it was the final game for Teemu Selanne, whose career has spanned nearly a quarter of a century, broke into the league in 92-93 season, scored a rookie record, that is, 76 goals, and scored his first career hat trick in just his 5th game. What does it mean when Geico says just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance? Well, it means you probably should have gone to geico.com 15 minutes ago. Serge Ibaka of the Thunder will miss the rest of the postseason with a left calf strain, while in horse racing, this afternoon's Preakness Stakes gets underway at 6:18 Eastern from Pimlico. Kentucky Derby winner California Chrome, a 3-5 favorite. I'm Deb Carson.
We are Fox Sports.
Hard hit down the line. Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 is your new home for Major League Baseball games every Saturday. To find your channel, go to foxsports1.com.
Now will be a good time to start.
It's the Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy Show.
That's right, the fellas, baby.
I'ma tell y'all, don't mistake it for a fella.
This is Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy.
This is what we do.
All the stories, we'll run through them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, without a doubt.
Anthony Gargano, Lincoln Kennedy.
There you go, Link.
I love it.
Live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio, it's Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy.
Welcome back, fellas. With you, Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, every week right here on Fox, coming live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. It's easy to save 50% or more on car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The only hard part, figuring out which way is easier. All right, we talked a lot of NBA early. Did our May snapshot of the NFL. Batting around a lot of fun stuff, as always. And, of course, we are now into the 4. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to get Preakness picks. Dude, by the way, we almost hit the Derby, if you remember.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I've been telling myself that. I'm hoping I can pull it out in the Preakness today, so we'll see, man.
We almost hit it.
Yeah.
I gave you the horses.
We had to go the exacta, yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
I know. I got
put
it.
them in.
Yeah. Well, I put in just a different variation, but I did put in yours. And we almost hit it.
I was like, oh, dude, that was it. Because we've come close to the big score many times.
Well, you got to give me your picks earlier today. So
okay. All right. Someday we're going to hit it big, man.
One of these days. Exactly right.
And all of our show.
I'm just going to manage you when that Cuzzo app comes, when that Cuzzo app hits, man. I'm going to manage you. I'm going to bring the questions to you and stuff like that.
You like that? Listen, if the Cuzzo app hits, I take the show. Come on, it's all of our crew.
I'm gonna be your manager, your phone guy.
I like it, man. I trust you implicitly.
You got it,
Jay. You like the Cuzzo app?
I'm feeling it, man.
You think it works?
I like the eye black.
So here's the concept,
catchy.
right? See, the concept is that you could play. It's competitive sports trivia by region, by what you care about. So like Deb, she knows everything about the Cowboys. Well, then Deb gets to put her skills up against all Cowboy fans, find out where she ranks, the whole thing. And you go head to head. Talk smack, the whole thing. Get ranked, you can win prizes.
On board.
Right? You're on board?
I'm on board.
My man. I like it.
We're looking at football in May. Of course, I'm on board. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad. All right. We gave you the 4. It's time now, Jay, for you to take the 4. And then, of course, you, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Jay, you ready?
Always, brother.
All right, brother, here we go. Give me the good thing and the bad thing from your sports fandom that you're going to take to the grave.
For my fandom, I would say that the worst thing is I've never really experienced a championship so far as an adult. The last championship that I seen the team win, I was about 11, 12 years old. So that'd be my worst. I guess the best would be that I got to play with a bunch of guys that I admired growing up. So that was always good. Beautiful thing that I got to take ground GBs with Jimmy Rollins and guys like that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But how about just as your fandom? Forget about your own career as much as more about your own fandom. Like, you take the Niner. Like, what do you take?
If I'm taking something, I'm taking baseball. So it would definitely be the A's. So I would probably say that I got to see so many games as a fan.
At the Coliseum?
At the Coliseum,
That's
exactly.
Cool. I like that. I like that. Best thing going right now about baseball.
Fresh names, new stars. Out with the old, in with the new.
Very good. Best thing going about basketball.
We get to see if LeBron and company can three-peat. I think if they three-peat, LeBron enters the conversation of greatest of all time. Not many people can put that on their resume.
Yeah, that's true.
And Wade would have 4.
That's true.
I mean, he's got to be. Gotta be close, though.
Nah.
Gotta be close, man.
Wow.
Not greatest, I'm saying, but he's got to be considered one of the greats.
D Wade?
He wouldn't be. He's not considered one of the greats. Well, he got 2. He got 2 by himself. How about he gets 2? That's all right. Everybody's got to ride a coattail here and there.
Yeah, but he's not he's a second tier great player.
He's not
an all timer.
As I said, the conversation now moves into the point he's got to be considered a great.
All right, best thing about football now.
Right now that it's finally up, the draft is finally over, and I don't have to hear about folks 40 times, shuttle times, quick hip twitch, and everything else. I'm tired of that.
I like the hip twitch.
No, I'm done with that, Mike Mason.
Give me the worst thing going right now about baseball.
It's not hot. Nobody really cares about it yet because it's still early season.
That's a damn shame.
Worst thing going on about basketball.
Playoffs are too damn long and drawn out. Let's get to it.
Worst thing about football.
That is all year round. I'm so tired of it that I'd rather talk soccer.
Wow. You're tired of it like that? Dude, you know what's that's funny? You're tired of it, and I can't wait for it.
I mean, at this point, I don't even like soccer, but I'd rather talk World Cup.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think I'm in on World Cup. But I do have football.
Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay with Johnny Manziel. Just do your thing, put your money hands up, and let's move on.
Back on the Manziel channel, let's watch Johnny take the snap and hand it to a running back in shorts. Oh, my gosh, he should be starting right now.
Jadeveon Clowney's going to stand up in the 3-4. Make sure you watch how he plants his right thumb on the numbers. If it's inside, that means he's speed rushing. If it's on the outside, then that means he's going to drop back. I
got to tell you, I'm in. That's riveting to me. You guys are trying to mock it, and I just was like, dude, I'm in. I'm salivating.
I'd rather plant flowers.
Hey, by the way, speaking of flowers, real quick, all right? And I'll give you the last question.
Cuzzo app.
All right, no, I got to give you guys, I got to run this by you. Let me finish. I'm going to tell you a great story about Little Ant and flowers. All right. So, question number 4, Jay, is this. Give me the best TV show right now, worst TV show right now.
Worst TV show is anything is Housewives, anything, Love and anything that has to do with someone's personal life as far as in a relationship and a reality show right now. Just there are too many and they're all the same.
Okay. And the best? What's your best? You have a good one?
Yeah, sports. I don't need a TV show.
Dude, you catch anybody watch Louie there?
No.
I
think you're on your own with that too.
On FX?
I love it. Oh, Deb's a fan.
I love that show.
Isn't that not a great show, Deb?
Oh, yeah. The dark comedy, and he's great.
Usually I hate comics. Like, I like the beat-up comics.
Yeah.
But Louie's the greatest.
Well, he's self-deprecating too, you know.
Yeah, he's funny. He's dark.
He's like the everyman, you know.
Right. He's dark.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Oh, good. Deb's got taste. No, Jay? No,
wow. We don't have taste because we're not into the show. Wow.
Hey, Nate. She's got good taste.
Hey, Nate.
Hey, Nate. Hey, Nate.
10-6.
6 and 10.
So let me ask you guys a question. So yesterday, 2 days ago, I go with my little aunt because she's got T-ball coming up on Saturday. I say, hey, I go, Dad, come on, let's go. Let me go hit you some ground balls. And he's like, all right. So we get over to the park, and he's already disappointed because it's just he and I. He's like, where are the other kids at? I go, no, dude, you and I. I'm going to hit you ground balls. And he's like, all right. So I hit him like 8 ground balls. And the next thing he says is, are we done? I go, come on, dude. He said, Daddy, I want to pick dandelions.
I love it.
And I go, what? And he goes, I want to pick dandelions. I go, Dad, you got to catch ground balls. Forget about dandelions. They're weeds. All right? No, I want dandelions. I go, dude, we're playing baseball. Come on. Now, I understand he's 4, okay? But doesn't he got to, you know what I wound up doing? I had to make it, I said, for every one you catch, you could pick a dandelion. You believe that?
That's called the universe making it right. That's called karma, because you're such a sports fanatic. Your son says there's something other than sports.
And by the way, when you're 4 years old, blowing the little white things off the dandelion is a fun thing to do. Making a wish.
More fun than catching ground balls.
To you. To him. He wants to blow it off. That's karma. I love it.
Way to go, little ground balls.
Oh, come on, man. He's got to get ground ball. He's got to get ready position.
He's 4.
He's got years to do that. When he's 16, he'll look a little silly picking the dandelions. Okay, let him do it at 4.
You think so? I don't know. I'm concerned.
I'm with you, cuz. I'm with you.
It's called karma.
Man, I said, Jed, like, what if he doesn't want to? What if he just never wants to catch ground balls?
And that's okay.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I agree. That's fine. But the dandelion thing, I don't know.
What if he wants to throw a spiral instead?
Well, he's going to. Dude, that's number one choice. Now, thank God for my little baby Massimo, who's walking and throwing the football. He's my prodigy. All right.
Oh, so you're giving up on little Ann because Ann wants to pick dandelions?
No, I'm not giving my aunt. Right? He's my namesake. I love him to death.
Poor kid. He's going to have self-confidence issues.
I want them to compete for the starting quarterback job. Is that a bad idea?
Yes.
I'm teasing.
Because they're brothers, you want to compliment. Okay, Moss, if you're going to throw the ball, Ann, I want you to go out and get it.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm just playing around. But
I know you're messing with it. I just saying this is common.
I do go, look at it. Look at my Massimo. There he is, my quarterback. He's my quarterback. And I go, you're my dandelion guy. No.
Oh, man.
See?
No, I don't.
That's wrong.
You're already making him Cooper Manning.
No. I tease that. No, but seriously, the baby is walking around with a ball all the time. Ball and a bat. And it's amazing to me. So I got hope. I'm sharing it with my family, with you guys. You're my family.
Yeah, we're telling you, it's all right. You know what? Here's the thing. Little Moss probably seen Ant carrying it around, envies his big brother, wants to emulate him, be just like him.
Brother, which is awesome.
So, and that's cool. That's all.
All right. That's good. You made me feel better, I think.
There you go.
All right, we'll come back. You can take the 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. You're listening to the fellas, Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, right here on Fox.
Smartphone or tablet.
Check.
iHeartRadio app.
Got it.
Finding Fox Sports Radio on live stations.
Done.
Listening to your favorite sports talk.
That was easy.
We are Fox Sports. The Battery, modern-day fire, powering everything from remote-control cars to the car in your garage. So when your car battery is reaching the end of the line, or you're wondering whether it is, stop by Advance Auto Parts. We'll test your old one for you, free of charge. And if you purchase a new Autocraft battery, we'll install it for free. Only if you'd like us to, of course. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back to the garage.
Most vehicles, most locations. See store for details.
I've had the hardest time finding someone who loves me for me, not my money.
I just want to find the perfect match. Finding the right car insurance company can be daunting, especially if you've been burned in the past. Visit Geico.com to find the policy destined for you. One devoted to saving you money, making your life easier, treating you like a princess or a vegan warlock, whatever you're into. Your perfect car insurance company is out there. Geico. 15 minutes could save you hundreds on car insurance.
If you're a business owner with salespeople, how in the world could you say no to this offer? The top 20% of your salespeople close 80% of the business. 80% of all sales are closed after the 5th attempt, and 83% of all salespeople don't even ask for the sale once. Did you know that close to 90% of all salespeople have never even read one sales book? How many sales are being lost each month simply because your salespeople are not professionally trained how to sell? Hi, this is Jason Evans, author of the Bright Sales book on closing. If you're a business owner with 2 salespeople or more and you're serious about increasing your sales, I want to invest in you and give you a free trial pass to access my multi-million-dollar sales training website that trains, tests, and tracks your salespeople. Just call us and leave us a voicemail with your email address and we'll send you your free trial pass. Call 800-250-5971. This is how to close from A to Z for any product or service, regardless of industry, whether you sell face-to-face or over the phone. Call 800-250-5971. That's 800-250-5971.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready for prom season with updos and makeup. And with summer coming, now's the time to book your appointment to get that Brazilian blowout or start with your summer highlights. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. Hello, gorgeous.
Did you know that Marion County has a vast equine business? Tune in every Friday at 9:30 for Horse Sense, when we connect, communicate, and educate you on ways to participate in and enjoy all the equine adventures this area has to offer.
Sponsored in part by Infinite Day Spa, Almara Arabian Horses, and Florida Thoroughbred Breeders Owners Association, FTBOA.
Fridays at 9:30 right here on The Source.
I'm a different breed.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA, Ocala. You ever find yourself getting caught on the job listening to us? Don't get fired. Just podcast it. Podcast it.
Yeah! This is pretty much what the internet was designed for.
I don't know about that. All of your favorite hours are located at foxsportsradio.com.
This is the madness and the fun you can expect on the podcast.
Just click and listen. And you can take us everywhere without getting caught.
We are Fox Sports!
Fox Sports.
Today on Fox Sports 1, catch all the baseball action as the Pittsburgh Pirates take on the New York Yankees at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Batter up! We are Fox Sports!
Welcome back. We are the fellas right here on Fox Sports Radio. He's Anthony Gargano. I'm Lincoln Kennedy. We're in the middle of the 4, but I want to take a step away from the 4 and dandelions for a second. And I want to talk about something that's relevant and happening right now. Let's go out to the park.
Let's go to the park with Lincoln Kennedy. Check play ball.
And this is our weekly segment where we want to pay some tribute and some look at baseball in general. And we got Jay, who's played, and of course Cuz, who I rely so much advice on this topic, even though he's a football lover, avid football lover in the middle of May. It is what it is. Cuz last week I was at a game and I was waiting. Hold on. What? What'd you say? Cueto. I'm glad you brought up pitching because that's my question. The thing is, last week I was at a game and I was overhearing one of the parents talking behind me how he can't wait for his left-hand pitcher to turn 13 because he wants to get Tommy John surgery. Elective Tommy John surgery to make his arm stronger. And so I've done a little research, and we know the Tommy John surgery has been a little rampant in professional sports. There's been over a dozen pitchers who have done it, whether it's elective or it's necessary. My question to you and Jay, are you concerned about it for the future of the game?
Wait a second. I got to go back to here for a second. The elective Tommy John surgery?
Yeah, there was a parent who was talking about he found a doctor who will perform Tommy John surgery to make his arm stronger because he's a left-handed pitcher right now.
You can have elective Tommy John surgery.
These are the things that you hear when you're in the audience of some of these crazy fans and crazy parents out there.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I love it or if I think it's.
Well, I'm scared because look, growing up in sports, once upon a time, like when I was growing up, if you suffered a knee injury in football, it was viewed as the end of your career. Now through technology, it's not. We've seen guys like Adrian Peterson and RG3 come back from severe knee injuries. In baseball, Tommy John, as far as pitchers, used to spell that same doom.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right, Jay?
Oh, spot on.
So now it seems like through the use of technology and everything else, it's not as a bad thing. And more times than not, it's strengthening the arm. You're seeing resurgence of pitchers after Tommy John being better than they were before.
Ooh, I hear you, but it's still a risk. I can't.
I agree.
I don't see how you would want your kid to have it. We look at it like, guys can come back from it. Yeah, we've seen that, right, Jay? I mean, we've seen guys come back. We talk about this a lot.
Most of the time, stronger too.
Yeah, well,
see, that's the thing.
That's what this guy's talking about. This parent is talking about that. But I think once you do it, again, I don't know. I need to talk to the doctor about, what are the risks after that. Like,
the whole pitch of motion is such an unnatural motion, right? I mean, so the
also depends on your delivery.
Is that right?
Yeah, left-handed pitchers, usually they have a smoother delivery, where there's not a lot of herky-jerky motion.
Right.
So most left-handed, look at Kershaw, and it's a thing of beauty. It's not taxing on the arm. That's why you see a lot of left-handed pitchers are less apt to have a lot of problems just because of the motion itself. Let alone put a stress on the elbow or the shoulder, but particularly the elbow.
Jay, your thoughts on Tommy John?
I think it was one of the greatest, I guess, creations that you could have. It saved many of people's, including Tommy John himself, career, and it's definitely aided many different pitchers on the bounce back. As far as the elective, I actually had a couple of people who thought about doing it when I was in high school and in college. Yeah, we had one guy. He wound up getting Tommy John, but he needed it. But he had thought about it maybe a couple years prior because he had some arm issues.
All right, so he knew it was common.
So he was trying to beat it. Yeah, right, he just wanted to beat it. And for the most part,
but think about that as a 13-year-old elective.
Yeah, the 13, 14 years old, 14-year-old guys, no, I would say no. But I would also say if you're getting to the point where you're 17, 18, 19, and you've been pitching all your life, you're probably pitching high school, and there is a future for it. I could definitely see you going to college or to the minors and saying, hey, listen, let's think about it. Can we at least put some insurance down on my arm, some kind of way to at least protect yourself? I would definitely think about it because sooner or later you're probably going to have it.
See, that furthers the point, because I remember talking with Rob Dibble, and he told me as a former pitcher, look, one of the worst things he's ever seen in Little League is kids trying to throw curveballs.
Yeah,
and off-speed pitches and stuff like that. And now you see it more and more rampant, especially with the Big Four Network looking at little World League, Little League World Series, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a trickle-down effect for professionals.
You know when they show the Little League World Series? It's usually like right during the NFL preseason.
So,
hey Nate, just going with Nate.
Oh gosh,
I'll say this link quickly to that point is a lot of people don't teach the off speed correctly. There's off speed pitches that are easier on your arm. Easy,
yeah, but Jay, you agree that it depends on your delivery. And a lot of it is, that's why for left-handers it can work better.
Sure.
Because I think right-handers, it's just more taxing. It's unnatural.
Well, the other part of that too is we've set a precedent where lefties don't have to throw as hard. Righties, you have to be a power pitcher or at least be hitting low 90s. And anytime you're hitting 90s, you're already putting wear and tear on your arm. A lot of lefties don't get up to 97, 98, 99. You can survive as a lefty and throw 90. Sometime low 80. I mean, mid 80s.
Yeah, no, you can. Hey,
I'm just concerned about the future of the sport when it comes to these types of things.
No.
I mean, are you building robo arms all of a sudden? Is that what's coming out?
Maybe. Let's see it. Hey, by the way,
strikeouts are already king anyway. So go ahead. What were we saying?
How about Johnny Cueto?
How about that?
He's amazing.
Very
He's
impressive.
having an incredible season so far.
And it still dwarfs in Ohio compared to a backup quarterback. That's just so hard. It's just so wrong. It's just so wrong.
Well, how about Greinke? Greinke?
He's dealing too.
Yeah.
So speaking of Tommy John, the shame is that Jose Fernandez. I mean, that's a sin. How about how good he was?
But that's the thing. If such an emphasis is being put on pitching, we know that's a defining.
Yeah, no, he'll come back from. I'm just saying for this year, though.
Yeah, just for this year. I mean, well, that's one of the things that Seattle, one of their bright spots, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's super young too, though. He's 21, if I'm not mistaken. So he's definitely got a whole career in front of him.
No, he does. But again, you kind of get robbed. I mean, the Marlins are off to a decent start.
Yeah, they are.
And you never know. You're pitching. Alvarez comes through. That sort of thing. I like watching the kid pitch.
Well, he can deal. That's definitely no question about that.
You know, it's funny.
Can deal.
The two guys I love watching play, like I love watching him pitch, and dude, I love watching that kid Jose Abreu hit a baseball. My Lord, he crushes a baseball.
Very true.
15 home runs already. You watch him?
Who's the best team in the American League? Not record notwithstanding. Who's the best team in your mind?
I still think the Tigers.
Tigers. Jay?
Tigers, A's, Red Sox, one of those three.
Okay. And then in the National League?
I don't like the Red Sox.
I don't either, but you got to at least include them.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll take National League. I'll take Atlanta. I think St. Louis is there. Giants are there. I still got to believe it. I'm still not yet sold on the Brewers. And then before it's all said and done, I think the Dodgers are there.
All right. Jay?
It's a wash. I think you can pick 5, 6 teams. Yeah. I'm not really sure there's anybody.
The site test. The record notwithstanding, the site test. What are your thoughts?
I guess if you push me into the brink of picking someone, I would probably say, goodness, I guess you would go with the Cardinals. I'm not sold on the Giants at all.
Okay.
Giants are good, though, dude.
Yeah, but their offense, I just don't see it sustaining
I agree.
success.
No, you see, Pence is off to a great start.
Yes. Philly guy, what happened?
Oh, he's stinking. Yeah, Hunter Pence is horrible.
I do like Ben Revere, though. Real quick.
You don't
I like Ben Revere.
No, you don't.
Nice, solid young ball player.
Solid. Dude, he doesn't belong in baseball, dude. You understand? The other day, he goes 0 for 4, right? He's a leadoff guy.
Great vision, though. Good eye. On base percentage.
10 pitches. He saw 10 pitches.
The whole day?
In 4 at-bats. He's the leadoff guy. Saw 10 pitches. What are your thoughts about that?
I think he's just, looking for he's looking for a pitch. He's getting his pitch,
Looking
and
to
he
pick
just
his
missed
nose.
it a little bit.
He's 0 for 4. His on base is 275.
Good pitch recognition. Obviously, he's going up there with a plan. He sees that
his
pitch.
His on base percentage is 275. And oh, by the way, he can't read a fly ball if it was a fly ball on tape and it was telling him where to go.
Well,
if he had a GPS up his nose, he couldn't read a fly ball.
What he's doing is he's trying to make Sports Center top 10 baseball tonight.
His arm is a noodle. It's a noodle arm.
Well, you got a great shortstop and a good second baseman over there, so he doesn't really have to throw too far.
Dude,
so
bro,
hey guys, all right,
He has to throw to himself 7 times to get it to
time out.
Shortstop.
We're getting a little off topic now. Okay,
great ball.
Time out.
Good ball player, Ben Revere there, Big Lincoln Kennedy.
Stinks. It doesn't belong anywhere in the big leagues.
Oh gosh!
And I don't know what Ron Gardenhire was thinking when he would pencil his name in right.
Oh,
top
my
prospect
goodness.
over there, Minnesota Twins.
Prospect.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the fellas. That was out to the park. Stop.
The one-armed man from the future.
Stop. Let's go to Deb and see what's trending. Stop this
Great
madness.
prospect there.
Well, the Stanley Cup Conference Finals are finally underway. Top of the hour, Game 1 in the Eastern Conference as the Canadiens host the Rangers, while the Kings are headed to the Western Finals after beating the Ducks last night 6-2. Game 1 for the Kings and Blackhawks coming up Sunday in Chicago. Serge Ibaka of the Thunder will miss the rest of the postseason with a left calf strain. Game 1 in the Western Finals in the NBA Monday night at San Antonio. No action today in the NBA, but the Eastern Conference Finals get underway Sunday afternoon with the Pacers hosting the Heat at 3:30 Eastern. Byron Nelson Championship Leaderboard courtesy of Golfsmith, and through 2 rounds in Texas, Brendan Todd is atop the leaderboard. He is 8 under par. Tees off at 1 Eastern this afternoon. And this afternoon's Preakness Stakes gets underway at 6:18 Eastern from Pimlico. Kentucky Derby winner California Chrome, the overwhelming 3-5 favorite. I'm Deb Carson.
We are Sports!
The NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race in Charlotte is here. NASCAR Race Day kicks off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern today, followed by All-Star Race coverage at 7, only on Fox Sports 1.
Welcome back, fellas. Hanging out with you. Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano, coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. Easy to save 15% or more on car insurance with Geico. Go to geico.com or call 800-947-AUTO. The only hard part, figuring out which way is easier. Well, you just heard it. We got a big race coming up a little bit later on today. Time now for the Preakness, Lincoln. And joining us to break the Preakness, as she does with every big-time race from Horse Racing TV, the great analyst, Christina Blacker on the Progressive Insurance Celebrity Hotline. Hey, Christina, how are you?
Guys, I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. I think you did pretty well in the Derby, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
I did. We got pretty lucky. Yeah, we had Danza. We talked about California Chrome. We had Wicked Strong. And I'm trying to remember if I discussed Commanding Curve with you. I think we did. So if you had some sort of superfecta, trifecta going on, we had the top 4 finishers. It was a good day.
Did you have them?
You want to know the absolute truth?
Yeah.
I went to the machine, put my voucher in, played a 5-horse trifecta box. I needed $12 more, which I thought I had on another voucher in my purse. Couldn't find the voucher. I was on air in 6 minutes. Canceled the wager and missed out on about $2,000.
Oh no!
And then I sat on air bitter the whole rest of the day.
Oh, that's horrible!
Damn broadcasting.
Pretty frustrating. And if I had really gone for it and actually spent the money to play that ticket as a superfecta, it would have been $9,000.
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh!
It was a big hit.
Wow.
You and Wes Welker. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, Christina. Well, today you're going to get it back today, and
Yes,
then
that
some.
is the plan.
So what do we? So
I'm
what?
going back to California Chrome. I really think he's the horse to beat today. The race goes through him. On speed figures and based on the other horses that are running up against him this afternoon, he definitely is the best horse in the field. My only concern with him is the fact that he's drawn to the inside. He's the number 3 horse in the field this afternoon, and the other speed is to his outside. One of the things that will be very key today for Victor Espinoza is to keep him in the clear and to try to get from that inside post position to an outside position as they go down the backstretch, because everybody will be targeting him in this race. He wants to make sure that he has a clear run, and California Chrome has the opportunity to kick clear of the field. If he's boxed in at the quarter pole, he could be in trouble.
Christina, one of our good friends of the show and guest and talk show host as well, Artie Spanier, tweeted me and he said, "Go with Bayern."
Bayern for Baffert. Yeah, I mean, you really have to give Bob Baffert, any of his horses in any of these Triple Crown races, a lot of credit. Bayern has a great record so far. He crossed the wire first in the Derby Trial, which is a race that they hold a week before the Kentucky Derby, but he was disqualified from that win coming out in the stretch and impeding the path of another runner. The problem I have with Bayern is he's shown sort of flashes of brilliance, and then he had a pretty subpar race in the Arkansas Derby. He was third, but that doesn't really tell the entire story. He just didn't really finish the way you want to see a horse finishing. And I like to see horses that continue on an upward trajectory throughout their career. When they start to take those steps back, their form can be a little fluky, and you can't always count on them. So for me, Bayern is a horse that I won't be playing today. And there's another horse in the race that's exactly like that called Social Inclusion. A lot of people like him. I'm just not on the bandwagon. He showed sparks of brilliance, and then he took a step back. I don't know if he's ready to rebound.
So how would you do it? And it's tough to make money because you're dealing with such an overwhelming favorite.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy in this
Well,
race?
you could do a couple different things. You could back wheel California Chrome in an exacta, meaning you want to play all the other horses on top of him in the second place position. Obviously, if you're a fan and you're rooting for the Triple Crown, you want him to win. But to make money, if anybody else finishes first and he finishes second, that exacta will pay very well. And it's not going to be a big bet because we don't have a huge field. We just have 10 of them in the race today. So you could play that exacta, and as I said, if he's boxed in at the quarter pole, he might just have some trouble. He might be the best horse in the race, but traffic-wise could have a hard time getting the victory from his post position. That's one way. The other way, and this is what I'll be doing today, is to play a multiple horse trifecta. You can use 3 of them. You can use 4 of them if you want to spend a little more money. I'll absolutely use California Chrome. I'm going to use General A-Rod, the 2-horse. He had one bad race in the Derby, but because they took him out of his style, they tried to take him back and make a run from off the pace. All of his best races have been closer on the front end, so they're looking to return to those tactics today. I give General A-Rod a chance to hit the board. And then there's a local horse who's 20-1 on the morning line. His name is Kid Cruz for Linda Rice. He's another one of those rags to riches stories. He's won a race over the Pimlico Strip already, and where a lot of these horses want to be on the front end, he wants to be the one true closer in this field. I don't think he's good enough to win, but I do think he's good enough to get a piece of it. And at 20-1 on the morning line, that will help out those exacta and trifecta payouts.
Yeah, I'm reading here that he's the son of the Belmont Stakes winner, Lemon Drop, I should say. So, look, we're trying to figure out how to best do it. And when you have those overwhelming odds, that's a good strategy right there.
Yeah, I think so. You have to use him in some other race wagers and try to make money that way. You can also play some of the pick 4s, the pick 3s. If you think that California Chrome is a cinch today, then you can single him in any of the pick 3 or pick 4 sequences and go for your price in some of the other races. Take the free square with California Chrome and try to catch a price somewhere else.
There you go. I think I like that. Is there any other? Did you give any other long shot? A shot?
The only other horse that I would consider is the 1-horse Dynamic Impact. And then he does have to do a good amount of improving on paper. He's the winner of the Illinois Derby, but that race didn't come up very tough. He didn't really beat much in terms of the competition that day.
Right.
But watching the horses train at Pimlico all week, he's been one of the more striking individuals. He's a fresh horse. He's running second off of a little break, and sometimes in that second effort with the one race under their belt, that's when you get one of their better performances. So Dynamic Impact is a horse that, just on the eyeball test, he looks like he's sitting on a big effort today.
I like it. Christina, go make some money.
I'll try not to throw it away this time.
All right, please.
Get those vouchers in, Christina.
Please make sure you got the vouchers.
That's
and
right.
if you need the $12, ask anybody.
I will.
You're right there.
I'll be
That's right.
prepared.
You're beautiful. People be throwing money at you. Thank you, Christina. You're terrific. Christina Blackard, she is a great horse racing analyst. Hope you enjoyed that. Coming up next, we still got another segment.
That's right.
And we got some Forest stuff to go and one parting shot. As always, the fellas right here on Fox.
How happy are we that the NBA playoffs are on?
Bring it up and put 3 more on the board.
Happy enough to sing a cappella?
Dropping dimes on fools.
Your NBA playoffs coverage is right here.
Get that, out of here. We are Fox Sports. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
To work on your car, you're going to need some help, which is why you need AutoZone. We'll take care of the parts and advice. Then all you need is blood and sweat. And your tears? Well, there's no crying under the hood.
Now at AutoZone, save $1 on 5 1/4-ounce bottles of Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment. It's a tune-up in a bottle.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Dude, if you're not wearing your seatbelt, avoiding a ticket has a high degree of difficulty. Real though? No matter what trick you pull to appear wearing one. The front side shoulder sham, a gnarly right cross fakie, or even the seriously wicked smooth glide shifty. Cops make sure each trick finishes with a busted tail grab. That's harsh, man. Pulling a fakie will get you in real trouble. No doubt, son. There's no trick to avoiding a seatbelt ticket. Day and night, click it or ticket.
Paid for by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Boogie. You want a website that's safe.
Warning. Oh, that is gross.
Quick, delete it. Delete it! A website that gives you all the information you need. We've got it.
It's unbelievable.
FoxSportsRadio.com.
I think they got it right?
Come on, then. Breaking news. FoxSportsRadio.com.
One thing that's really trending right now.
FoxSportsRadio.com. Podcast?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
FoxSportsRadio.com.
Watch out, baby.
You just got to look forward.
We are Fox Sports!
This is
The One is on.
Fox Sports 1.
I know you want me, you know I want you.
America's new sports network.
Go to FoxSports1.com to find the channel number for Fox Sports 1 in your area.
Yo. I go by the name I'm of Pharrell from the Neptunes. And I just want to let y'all know
I'm your pusher.
The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
Welcome back, fellas. Lincoln Kennedy, Anthony Gargano hanging out with you. Last segment of the day, Lincoln.
Yeah, because I want to give a little bit of credence. I love the Twitter followers and the feedback. I got a tweet here from Evan Altman who says that Tommy John doesn't make the ligaments stronger. It's a result of the rehab that stretches and strengthens the supporting muscles. And I didn't know that. So I like that. I like that feedback. That helps out the argument, whether or not it's necessary.
Why would you get a 13-year? Why would that be? I've never heard that. An elective surgery for Tommy John on a 13-year-old kid.
You would be surprised at the length that I've seen people go with their kids just being around the game of baseball as I have recently with my boys. I mean, I see people trying to teach their young kids who are in like the minors of Little League, trying to teach them how to throw off-speed pitches and curveballs.
Yeah, no,
I heard that's the worst thing for it.
It is, but I'm just curious of why, listen, having a kid, teaching a kid how to throw a breaking ball is one thing, but elective Tommy John?
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny. I was talking to my buddy. My buddy said, now his son's a little bit different because he's getting a surgery and all, but he's going to have his son repeat 8th grade. It was more about maturity and stuff, but he was telling me that the kids are repeating like 7th grade, 8th grade for sports purposes.
Wow. See, a little extreme. I'm not surprised because I have people coming up to me all the time and asking me what should their 10-year-old be doing in the weight room because he's a big kid. He's probably going to play offensive line. I want to get him stronger right now. I'm like, he's 10. Why are you in such a hurry to get him stronger? Well, because he's a big kid, he's going to be playing offensive line. I just thought you could give me some helpful tips on what he could be doing in the weight room.
Yeah, you don't know.
He shouldn't be in the weight room at 10.
By the way, at 10, you don't know if he's going to be a big kid or not.
Well, that's just it. But you have these people who are putting there's so much emphasis in their kid playing one sport and trying to gel at it, especially at a young age. You're doing more harm than good. When I tell a lot of these parents, why won't you let your kid play anything and everything? Just let him enjoy it. Why is it such an emphasis right now? Well, I got to get a scholarship at 10?
Wow, that's pretty creepy. I joke around about it, but come on, man. A 10?
It's things that I've seen and heard from parents that I definitely would stump you. And just like, I'm just amazed.
That's pretty wild. All right. So I want to get back to the 4 for a second.
Okay.
All right. So I want Deb to take the 4. All right. She stepped away. Where's Pittsburgh? Is my Pittsburgh boy there, Kev?
I'm always here for you, man. You know that.
My man. All right. You ready?
Sort of, yeah.
All right, Pittsburgh. Here you go. You ready? Here you go. First question is this. I want, as a fan, I want the good thing and the bad thing that you're going to take to your grave as a Pittsburgh sports fan. Oh, by the way, my apologies and sorrow for you and Ray Shiro.
Yeah, that was kind of that's one of the bad things.
You're going to take your...
No, that was just the bad thing for yesterday.
Yeah.
To take to my grave, the bad thing was watching Three Rivers go down.
Oh, that'd be sad. Wow. Yeah, I had the same feeling when they blew up the vet.
Yeah, I did. The good thing is
Ben Revere would have made it happen.
I want to put Ben Revere in the vet when they imploded it.
There you go. And the good thing is, though, they did build us a beautiful baseball park and a beautiful football stadium. So,
that baseball stadium
PNC Park is
beautiful. Oh, that's
anywhere you can get a Permani's Brothers sandwich and some sushi within 20 feet. What's wrong with that?
Hey, dude, I got one beef with the Permani sandwich.
What's that?
All right. No, like you did. First of all, they use white bread. All right.
What's wrong with the white man? White bread.
It's white bread. It's not a roll. Like, it's not a roll.
No.
It's white bread, and they throw the coleslaw and the fries on the sandwich.
That's why it's a Permani's.
Then why are you junking it up like that? Why are you throwing it?
Because they needed the protein and everything when they were doing the steel work, man. It was just the easy way to eat and get all your nutrients and vitamins and everything in one quick, easy way.
Okay. Listen to the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia rivalry. Why?
No,
Why?
It's a good answer. It's a good answer, but you have to admit it's an inferior role.
Wow.
No, I couldn't imagine it on anything other than white bread. That's how I grew up. It's
it's gummy, like the white bread. It's gum. It's not.
Maybe they should lightly toast it, huh?
Well, to me, use a roll. Why use a roll? Tell Permani to use a roll.
Oh, please don't change a thing with that sandwich.
All right.
Grow dandelions on a little stick of grass and we can all blow weeds.
All right, here you go. Best thing going about baseball right now.
You know what? I'm going to kind of jump on Jay's shoes. It's the new and upcomers, man, like Trout, and these guys are just making a name and keeping baseball real.
Best thing about football?
That it's almost here.
Best thing, good answer, about basketball?
That it's almost over.
Worst thing going right now about baseball?
Oh, again, I've got to jump on Jay's shoes, man. It was just, it's just not popular enough, not hot enough.
Worst thing right now about basketball?
That it's still on.
Worst thing about football right now?
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Then you got to give me the best TV show and the worst TV show on right now.
Worst, I'm not too sure about. The best, though, is the fact that they're still rerunning MASH.
MASH?
I love MASH, man. For some reason, it hits all the senses for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's an oldie but goodie.
Wow.
And I don't watch enough TV to know what the worst is, but I'm going to have to go anything with reality in it that has 50 writers. I don't get how a reality show has so many writers.
Yeah, no, I know, dude. I feel you on that one. Very good. Very good. Link, what do you give Pittsburgh?
Oh, come on now. Kev came through. I love his answers, man. And he made me realize about the whole reality show thing. That's something I can't stand. Yeah, 50 writers. It's not reality. It's staged.
I mean, I don't get it. I have buddies of mine that work for shows, and they're like, "Yeah, it's a reality show." But I see you're a writer. They don't need a writer if it's a reality show.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. That's what the whole thing is now.
Staged.
You get that? That's what it's all about. All right, Big Link. So we got to get our Preakness picks in. Okay, we heard Christina, and we got to wheel them like she said.
Right? I'm gonna jump. Yeah, we got to get it to me right now. I'm jumping on Bayern. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make Bayern and maybe do California Chrome as my second.
All right. That sounds like a plan. Got to thank Jay in Pittsburgh, Kevin, Joel. Everybody have a great week. We love you. Thanks for listening.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
How good does it get?
Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
800-448-3000 for free parenting advice.
This is Race Day on Fox. The fastest 2 hours in motorsports.
I want to hear from you, the race fans out there.
With Rob D'Amico.
Gary Hill is our guest. Obviously, you've taken very special moments in racing and converted that onto, a canvas. Talk about that a little bit.
I grew up going to the races. I literally do not remember life without a race car. And in the 70s, the passion was so great that I pursued a racing career. But like so many people in motorsports, all of us wanted to be race car drivers, but we can't all be race car drivers, so we get slotted in the sport in other ways. I always had some artistic talent, and I put that talent together with my love of motorsports, and for 30 years I've been able to make a career out of it. It's been a blessing.
Race day on Fox.
Start your engine!
All the time. With Rob D'Amico. Sundays at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox Sports trending now.
The NHL's Eastern Conference Finals about to face off as the Montreal Canadiens host the New York Rangers in Game 1. Montreal is trying to become the first Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup since they did it in 1993, which is also the last time they advanced to the Stanley Cup Final. The Rangers' last Cup and Finals appearance came 1 year later in 1994. The Western Conference Finals get underway tomorrow at 3 Eastern as the Chicago Blackhawks host the LA Kings. The NBA's Eastern Conference Finals get underway tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern with Indiana hosting Miami. The West Finals tip off Monday between the Spurs and Thunder with Oklahoma City's Serge Ibaka out for the playoffs because of a left calf injury. Coming up at 6:18 Eastern, California Chrome tries to complete the second leg of the Triple Crown in the 139th Preakness Stakes. I'm Isaac Lowenkron, breaking sports news as it happens.
We are Buckhorn.
Hard hit down the line. Fox Sports 1.